Sports.
Kings sit in the number 2 seed in the Western Conference this morning after getting some unexpected help from an unexpected ally in the Los Angeles Lakers, who took out the Memphis Grizzlies last night.
Friday, Toronto. This game is OVER.
Of course, we'll have all your Kings coverage this morning as color analyst Kayte Christensen joins us at 8 a.m. Former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas joins us at 9, and another former King and current analyst Matt Barnes joins us at 9:27 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. The Baltimore Ravens have put the non-exclusive franchise tag on quarterback Lamar Jackson. You can read more about that story now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Atta baby. Let's go. Little Randy Newman to start the day. Good morning.
Highway, big nasty red at my side. Santa Ana winds blowing a hot southern north. We were born to ride.
Come on, everybody.
Put down the top. Crank up the Beach Boys, baby. Don't let
Is this
the
Fletch?
stop. We go ride it till we just can't ride it no more.
Stop, Randy.
From the side
Hey.
to the valley, from the west side to the east side. Everybody very happy, cause the sun is shining all the time. It's like another perfect day.
Here we go.
I love LA.
We love it.
I love LA.
We love it. Oh, good morning. No, you're not in Bizarro land. I mean, maybe you are. No, black is not white, up is not down. No. Just for one night only, unless it benefits us in the future. I can't say we were all Laker fans. Good morning, Jason Ross.
The three of us were.
The three of us were very much unified.
We going to talk about our Lake Show viewing party we had last night?
I know that there were, like, old friend Kyle Madsen was screenshotting all over the place, like diehard Kings fans with Laker banners and, saying go LA, all that stuff.
I mean, Jason Ross put on his throwback Sedell 3, which I thought was a great look for him.
Sedell 3 is such a pull.
Yes.
Such a pull. One of the coolest names in sports. Sedell 3 is
just a triple three.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you on the text line. Yeah, I don't want to act like Save Ferris or nothing, like I was dying. It's just in this day and age, you want to be careful. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was allergies. I know it wasn't COVID, but it sucked, and I hated it, and I took Benadryl, and I slept a lot, and I do feel better, so it sucked being out, even though we got to do the show from, the Royal We, from home yesterday, but there's nothing like being in here and enjoying and loving LA together. Now, it's fun, and obviously we're sitting here on March 8th, and the Sacramento Kings are the number 2 seed.
How about that?
In the Western Conference, just as we had predicted.
Yes. All of us
had predicted. They are first place in the West in the Pacific Division. They are the number 2 seed based on a tiebreaker they hold right now with Memphis. And we'll get into the tiebreakers and magic numbers and standings. Watch us later. Notice I'm getting it all out while Jason here.
Yeah,
hit the button.
Good move.
But I did actually kind of find it funny, and I get it. But I found it funny yesterday. Like, I forget who it was. Oh, LL Cool Ray on Twitter is like, you guys rooting for the Lakers disgusts me. Like, we all get the Laker hate, but enemy of my enemy, blah, blah, blah. And the bottom line was yesterday, the falling Memphis Grizzlies were playing the Lakers, and had the Grizzlies lost, which they did, the Kings would have sole possession of the 2.
This is rooting for the Kings.
That's 100%.
All this
right.
is.
Of course, we're not rooting for the Lakers.
Yep.
We're rooting for anyone playing Memphis, including the Lakers, because the Lakers are irrelevant to us right now.
Yeah. Correct.
And I understand I guess there is a thought where it's like, no, I don't want the Lakers to get the play-in. I don't want to lose to the Lakers again. I don't want any chance of facing them. You know what? I say bring the Lakers on. And if they beat us, they beat us. But if you're going to get a chance to knock the Lakers out of the playoffs, this is a pretty good time to do it. And how sweet would that be? If my team can't win a championship, Jason, the second championship would be to send LeBron James and Anthony Davis home.
That'd be pretty sweet.
And if you can't do that, then you weren't good. And that's fine.
Right.
And they were better. And that sucks. It's time for us to start getting a little swagger. Just a tiny bit, though. Not a lot.
Not too much.
No, not
careful on the swag level.
Yeah, we gotta be careful. Just a little, maybe. Okay, here's acceptable swagger. Okay, so maybe one arm slight flex, not the flex, but maybe just meep. I'm okay with it.
And it can change and get more swaggy as it goes.
Yeah, swaggy Kings.
Yes.
And it could also get less, maybe by the end of the week. Because there is, did I read something? It was within the last week. I was reading power rankings this morning because that's what I like to do. And I just go through and read power rankings. It might have been NBA.com's, but some say the Kings have had the easiest schedule in the NBA as of right now so far. That's fine.
Whatever that means.
They got a tough schedule. Listen, this is a tough spot.
They've played everybody, by the way. Already.
They have. And yeah, I get by this time next week, we can be like, oh my God, we're tied for the 3 with Phoenix.
Could be.
Remember when just a week
Could
ago?
Be 4.
Could be 4.
Yeah.
So enjoy now.
Right. Could be 2. Could stay 2.
Could stay 2.
Right.
Because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Yep.
You have to stay in the moment.
Yes.
You know why they call it the present, Jason? Because it's a gift.
See? You get it.
All right. Well, good to be back. Good to see all of you. Good to hear from all of you. Campeo on the YouTube chat has my favorite comment of the day so far. Dave has a Lakers t-shirt under his hottie.
Hottie.
I don't know what hottie is, but I hear you.
What a hottie.
Let's lead it off, and let's lead it off right now.
Let's do it. Leading off the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
No, not you.
This game is
Officially.
Hey,
that's quick.
Yeah, that game was over.
Not that fast.
The Lakers win 112-103. Has Anthony Davis overcome the narrative of being street clothes by playing through a smash nose? Go.
No,
yeah.
More like street nose. This is all bloodied and battered and went out there and fought.
Well done.
You get a little cheers from the Light the Beam shake.
Hey, guess what?
We love it. Well, the Lakers won. It was also a side note to the game. Pau Gasol's jersey retired.
Yeah,
and that was a moment.
Sure.
I watched that.
Yeah.
Number one, Pau Gasol doesn't age.
Yeah,
he
does look
looked
good.
exactly the same. And
wait, he's retired?
I know, right? And by the way, was Mark there?
I
didn't see Mark.
Oh, you don't know the big family feud?
Is there? Oh, okay. Well, when you guys both looked back at me, I was like, oh my
Well,
God,
they're playing Memphis.
Did something happen to Mark?
Yeah.
No, but Mark retired, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Where was Mark at the retirement? Is there a family feud? I don't know.
Yeah.
Stay tuned first.
And Mark, a former Laker, you think would have been one of the first invited outside of just being brother by blood.
Maybe there's a problem there. I don't know.
I don't know.
But seeing Pau Gasol's jersey go up next to the dual Kobe jerseys was, and he obviously shouted out Kobe, rightfully so.
How do we feel about Phil Jackson and his man satchel?
Was Phil there?
Phil was there. He had a satchel on.
How did I miss Phil Jackson? Man satchel. You mean like a fanny pack?
It was a satchel. The one goes across.
Is that a Merce?
Yeah, it was a designer Merce.
Was it?
Yeah. Just didn't really look good on Phil.
What was the facial hair looking like?
Phil hasn't aged much in the last
beard?
20 years. Yeah, a little beard, the goatee.
He's got to be in his mid-70s now.
Probably.
I saw somebody put out, I mean, it was kind of lame, like lay off the guy, but I guess the first pictures in years of Gene Hackman were taken yesterday out. He's 90, either 91 or 93. He is aged.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on,
He's
dude.
93.
He's 93.
I know, right? He had a coffee. He was out getting a coffee.
Uh-huh.
Just roll. He had like the old man kind of stoop, You know what I'm saying?
Hackman.
But like Gene Hackman's.
Come on, leave him alone.
Yeah,
Treasure.
that's what
He's a
I'm
treasure.
saying. He's a national treasure, and it was good to see him out and about. But don't take pictures.
Yeah.
All right, number 2.
Cut number 2.
20-19. Giants going for 2. Jones in a shotgun set. 3 receivers right. Barkley to the left of Jones. James in motion. Jones takes the snap, rolls right, shovel pass for Barkley. Barkley in for the 2-point conversion. A little shovel pass to Saquon, and then he did the rest, taking on defenders, and the Giants have the lead 21-20 with 1:06 to go.
That's playing to win there, Bob.
There's just absolutely no way. I'm really looking forward to seeing my Lamar Jackson hater on the text line. I haven't seen him in a while, or her. But Daniel Jones, that's why we're playing that highlight. Daniel Jones has signed a 4-year, $160 million deal with the Giants, with $82 million guaranteed at signing, up to $35 million in incentives, and then they franchise tag Saquon Barkley. Yeah,
Who's his agent?
I'll tell you what, his agent's better than Lamar Jackson's, who doesn't exist because Lamar's going it solo.
I'm just saying that to me that's sorcery.
Can somebody like send Lamar a text and tell him to hire Drew Rosenhaus, or hell, hire Rich Paul?
Somebody.
We're gonna get this Lamar Jackson thing, because I think this is right now an incredibly fascinating. This is a fascinating story, because the Baltimore Ravens, we said, keep an eye on this situation. There's something wrong in Baltimore. They put a non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar, meaning they get first right of refusal, but he can talk to other teams and they can sign him for whatever. They can work out a trade. You have a 26-year-old former MVP with numbers that pretty much make Daniel Jones look like a G Leaguer.
G League football, I like that.
And I still think he's the Raiders' backup option, but you're hearing, of course, Niner fans going, like, we want everybody.
Of course.
Yeah, we have Brock Purdy. Yeah, we have Trey Lance. Let me ask you this, Jay. We'll get into this later, but will Lamar Jackson make you 100% completely forget about Trey Lance and Brock Purdy? Would you not care? Or are you like, hey, Brock Purdy, man?
I wouldn't give a holy heckin' damn. A holy heckin' damn, I say.
Well, this is a kids program. And because it's a kids program, I'm going to tell you about Ram Truck Month.
Please do.
And the Jeep Celebration event. Right now, $10,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew cabs, up to $15,000 off MSRP on the new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokees. That's the plug-in hybrids, by the way. When you lease them, you know what Oblet has other than trucks and Jeeps? Friendly hometown values. That's why they're around, man. They want to take advantage of you like everyone else. They really, really, really want your business next time as well as this time. You know what I'm saying? They're not just sending Fred, the sales guy, out to slam you into a car so that he can, count his cash while you're driving off the lot. They want to know you, your family, your kids, your aunts, your uncles. They want everyone's business, and the best way to do that is word of mouth. Ram's up to 32 miles per gallon highway with Ram Eco Diesel. 25 miles a gallon highway with certain gas engines. My goodness gracious. Search, select, and save at HobleDodge.com. No hassle, no pressure, ever. Dealership. And you tell them you're good, buddy, or maybe even just casual friend. Carmichael Dave Sencha. Well, we got a lot to get into. And let me first also say we have a fine show planned for you. Today is called Analyst Wednesday.
Yes, we're known for that.
We just coined the term, but it's going to stick. We are analyzing a ton today. Kayte will join us at 8 o'clock. She has now become such a celebrity, she only needs one name.
Yep.
Kayte.
We all know who we're referring to.
Kings TV analyst Kayte Christensen joining us at 8 o'clock. At 9 a.m., as he does every Wednesday, Kenny. Right?
Kenny.
KT.
Yeah. K9.
K9.
Yeah.
K9 Senior.
Oh,
wow.
You tell him that.
Yeah, I'm going to bring that
How
up.
about the Pied Piper of the hard hat?
Let's run that by him.
He's
too.
known for that.
Kenny Thomas will join us at 9. And then at 9:27, we mentioned this yesterday on the show, and he's nice enough to answer our bat signal. Matt Barnes is going to join us.
Matty Barnes.
We'll have a Kings question or two for him, but really I want to talk to him about John Morant. I want to talk to him about Ja because the theme has kind of been, you heard from Kendrick Perkins yesterday, who played in the NBA, got into some trouble, knows the Morant family. You heard from Jalen Rose the day before, who has played in the NBA, who's gone through it. Rather than us pontificate with the whole Ja thing, which is a big story, I think it's best to get the perspective of people that have been in that position.
Mm-hmm.
And though Matt Barnes was never the star Ja was, never had the contract Ja does, he was definitely in it. And also, by the way, some commonalities there, because a lot of the stuff with Ja is like, hey, man, you grew up with parents in the suburb. Like, come on, you're not. Well, I heard Matt get that same thing, too, when he was in trouble. And we're going to ask Matt about that, the differences and the similarities. And that's the type of opinion I value. I know you do, too.
Yeah,
so
I look forward to that. 9:30, right?
Yeah, 9:30. So are you going to tune in?
Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be here for that.
I'm with you.
Yes.
I love it. The audience grows.
Yes.
In the meantime, the chances of the Kings being the 2 seed grew quite a bit last night.
Mm-hmm.
We had quite the evening. The Sixers, the team I hate watching more than any other team in the NBA, they helped out the Kings last night. And it was almost a little depressing. Like, I watched a good portion of the Sixers T-Wolves game, and the T-Wolves had just come in and beat Sacramento at Golden One Center. And then you watch the Sixers. It was honestly men amongst boys. They made the Timberwolves look silly.
Yeah.
Like, they really kind of did. It was not a good game really whatsoever. And good. That helped out the Kings. They went into Minnesota 117-94, outscoring Minnesota in every quarter but the first, 27-24. Minnesota had the lead going in the second. Good night for Anthony Edwards, 32-7, but could not overcome Joel Embiid's 39 points. So that helped the Kings. Oklahoma City beat Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
That helps.
Another road loss for the Warriors.
Another road loss. And can I said this last night. I just want to take a quick moment. This has nothing to do with the Kings and has nothing to do with seeding, but I feel like Josh Giddey is the most slept on player in the NBA right now. I am so over the moon with this guy. He last night in 38 minutes, he had 17 points, 17 assists, 11 rebounds on 6 of 11 shooting. And this isn't something that's obviously a really good night for him, but it's not completely, he's capable of that any night. He's scoring over 16 points a game this year, just about 8 rebounds and a little over 6 assists. Jason, he just turned 20 in October.
20
wow. Years old. And I'm not trying to compare him to Luka. I'm not saying he's, but when you have a guy who's just turned 20 and he's toiling away on and I mean this with all respect, kind of an irrelevant team this year in Oklahoma City or borderline, I just don't feel like he's getting the notice.
Mm-hmm.
This is a superstar.
Yeah.
An absolute superstar in the making, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on.
Well, it'll be interesting to see that team specifically. There's a lot of young talent. What will they choose? Who will they choose to go forward with? Who will they choose to move? And then, of course, they've got all those assets going forward with a lot of future draft picks. So which route will they go?
You've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's obviously insanely good. Josh Giddey. Lou Dort's a nice rotational piece. You're bringing in Chet Holmgren next year.
Yep.
And you get anything out of him, and then they're going to have, they'll have, not only will they have another pick this year of their own, but they've got so many picks coming up. Like, if you're buying stock in NBA teams over the next 5 years.
Yeah. Even like a guy like Poku, who they liked, who's been hurt. Like,
right.
What's his future? There's just a lot of potential with that team.
So Oklahoma City, as you said, gives the Warriors yet another road loss. If you haven't seen the clip of Draymond Green quitting on a play because Jordan Poole wouldn't pass him the ball, that's also quite
fun.
That's something maybe to follow. The one bad note, if you will, the Dallas Mavericks escaped the Utah Jazz. They beat them 120-116. Kyrie Irving was, again, magnificent. He's really been thriving in Dallas. 33 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. Luka Doncic, 29, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. And by the way, Kyrie being incredibly efficient as well, pretty much every single night, marking him with 33. Point being, when we look at the standings, Jason Ross.
Yes.
Standings wise.
That's, you know what? I'll allow it today. I'll take all the standing watches we can get because the Kings are the number 2 seed. We can live with that. The Dallas Mavericks, as we said, won yesterday. Here's where it works. The Kings are 7.5 behind the Nuggets. I just don't even really know if that's worth mentioning much. The Grizzlies have lost 3 in a row. Combined with the Kings victory the night before last, they are in effect a tie. Now, we were talking yesterday, and this is my fault, that because they're 2-2 this year in head-to-head, the tiebreaker is conference record. Well, apparently...
Well, it gets to that.
It gets to
with
that.
these two specific teams right now.
But if these guys are tied, one thing that might screw the Kings a little bit, if Phoenix were to pass Sacramento and win the Pacific Division, and the Kings and Grizzlies were still tied record-wise, and the Grizzlies are almost certainly going to win their division,
Mm-hmm.
the Grizzlies get the higher seed based on them being, which is so stupid. Who cares if you're a division winner? It's dumb.
They say division titles don't matter.
It's just so lame.
I disagree.
Just win the division.
Just win the division. Yeah, just win the Pacific, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So the Grizzlies and Kings both at 38-26, but Kings with that tiebreaker staying ahead, or at least Kings.
Yeah.
Well, then why are the Kings listed ahead?
Well, because in this case,
They're leading the Pacific Division.
Well, they're not only that, because they're both leading their divisions.
Mm-hmm.
So head-to-head, they're tied. They're both leading their divisions. Then you go to the conference record.
Then you go to Jay. You were saying in the pre-show, not to do all this on the air, but
We'll do it all in there.
You were saying that.
So here's how it works.
Okay.
I'm just going to break it down for you.
All right.
So when it comes to tiebreakers in seeding, number 1, head-to-head win-loss percentage. We all know that.
So
number 2, division leader wins tie from team not leading division. Number 3 is division win-loss percentage for teams in the same division. Now, because the Kings and the Grizzlies aren't in the same division, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So number 4 is then conference win-loss percentage.
So it gets to what we talked
So
about.
conference record would be okay. Well, and the Kings are 26-14 in the conference. The Grizzlies 20-19. That's not insurmountable, but that's a 5.5 game lead if my math.
Well, if Memphis catches it, they won't be tied.
It won't matter.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's see. Jesse in the chat. Chet Holmgren's a bust. How has he not played this year? He broke his foot.
Yeah.
That's why.
But what's interesting about the way the standings changed last night is the Kings being 2, technically right now, they have to wait. If the season ended, they would have to wait for that 7-8 play-in.
That's true.
So that
just sit back.
Yeah, that first, I don't know if the West will play Tuesday or Wednesday after the weekend ends, but they'd have to watch the winner of the 7-8 game is who would be the 7th seed and who they would play.
If that started today, the Kings would play the winner of Minnesota
or the Clippers.
I
got to be honest with you. Not. I don't want to say I'd rather play the Mavericks or Warriors, but thinking about it, I don't like to match up with the Timberwolves. I really don't like the matchup. And by the way,
do you like it more if they bring Cat back? I know that sounds crazy, but if
I hear you
about it,
yes, and it could be. By the way, I don't really like the matchup with the Clippers, and I get it. I understand.
The Kings won both games by 1 point.
Exactly. That's exactly
they
right.
Dominated the Clippers.
Yeah. So bring on the Pelicans. There you go.
I say bring on the Rockets. I really like their chances.
Spurs. Maybe?
Yeah.
Rockets. I'm with you. Yeah. We'll take a break. When we come back. Aaron Rodgers flew to California. He's going to meet with the Jets.
Is he coming in?
Met with the Jets. Yeah, we're going to have him in at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
We've got a stupid Aaron Rodgers update. And how it affects Jimmy G, by the way. And the 49ers. Will the 49ers sign Aaron Rodgers today?
Okay.
We'll tell you when we get back.
Sactown Sports is your new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Let's go, Niners! Yeah!
Debo,
10, Debo, touchdown!
McCaffrey,
I'm just proud to be a 49er.
CMC!
9! Kittle.
And it is caught by George Kittle again.
They all live here. Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
Thousands of years ago, ancient civilizations used leather for water skins, armor, and sandals. Hi, this is Franklin Rosler with a word about Nature Wood Home Furnishings. Today, leather is one of nature's most luxurious products. The combination of leather with beautifully designed furniture creates an end product that adds luxury and sophistication to any room. During Naturewood Home Furnishings leather sale, you'll find their considerable selection of leather is flexible, breathable, natural, and maybe most important, comfortable. Whether you're a relaxed contemporary kind of person or your more classic leather, Naturewood Home Furnishings has color choices and styles to fit your home. In fact, I doubt any store can beat Naturewood's selection. During Naturewood's leather sale, all leather furniture is on sale for a limited time. Sit, enjoy the comfort of leather at Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
You don't have to look far to be inspired at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. We take customer service to the next level, from our no-pressure sales and service to our great selection and financing options. Whether you're shopping online or in person, you'll see why our team is the #1 Honda dealer in Northern California.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
Honda's taking it down on Wednesday, March 8th for the first time ever. Oh, wow! AEW Dynamite and Rampage make their way to the Golden One Center in Sacramento. Don't miss the fallout from Revolution and what promises to be one of the biggest shows of the year. Don't miss MJF.
I'm a generational talent.
John Moxley.
Get in the ring with me. It's dangerous as all hell.
Kenny Omega. The Young Bucks. Saraya.
I am the revolution.
Bryan Danielson. Claudio Castagnoli. Jamie Hayter. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Eddie Kingston. Orange Cassidy. The Acclaim.
Everyone love the Acclaim.
Swerve in Our Glory. Hook. Hangman Page. Jade. FTR.
Top guys out.
Tony Storm. The Lucha Brothers. Wardlow. Darby Allin. Sting. Chris Jericho and the Jericho Appreciation Society.
And that's entertainment.
And many more will be there live. Don't miss AEW Live at the Golden One Center. Tickets are on sale now. Cards subject to change.
If you are like the thousands of people that take advantage of March for replacing your heating and cooling system, then this message is for you. Hi, I'm Mario, owner of Attic Man Heating and Air, and March is the most popular month for replacing old, inefficient heating and cooling systems because of milder temperatures and end-of-winter rebates. If you've even contemplating replacing your old AC system, act now. Take advantage up to 5 years of interest-free financing and 10-year warranties. I know, it sounds way too good to be true, but it is true. 10 years of worry-free operation, but you have to book online today at atticmanhvac.com. Attic Man Heating and Air.
Individual rates, coverage, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, listen up. Pi Insurance wants to give you one of those aha moments, the kind that could save you money. Workers' comp is probably one of the biggest costs you face. But did you know that insurance providers have flexibility in setting their prices? That's right. But many don't bother giving small businesses the savings you deserve. Instead, you can get lumped in with other businesses and overcharged. Pi Insurance was created to change that. With Pi, you get a quote tailored specifically to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. Take 3 minutes to see how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or go to trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all 4 arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. Visit the Good Feet store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Sacramento Kings sit in the #2 seed in the Western Conference this morning after getting some unexpected help from an unexpected ally in the Los Angeles Lakers, who took out the Memphis Grizzlies last night.
Friday, Toronto. This game is OVER.
Of course, we'll have all your Kings coverage this morning as color analyst Kayte Christensen joins us at 8 a.m. Former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas joins us at 9. And another former King and current analyst Matt Barnes joins us at 9:27 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. The Baltimore Ravens have put the non-exclusive franchise tag on quarterback Lamar Jackson. You can read more about that story now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sactown Sports.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers does it on purpose? Like, is there a part of him that just likes
what he wants? Attention?
It's just one of those, like, I want to go to my darkness retreat. I want to do all this stuff. I want to smoke the whatever that he smokes.
And tell me how great I am.
I like didn't he just signed, was it last year? He signed like a 4-year, $100 billion.
Hey, something on that coming up in 3 for Madness, by the way. Stay tuned.
It's just so lame. Like, I don't, go ahead.
Here's my thing. You go into the darkness retreat, right?
Yeah.
How dark was it in your thoughts that you came out like the Jets?
Yeah, bro, like, what happened? Did you get visited by the ghost of football past or something? Like, what is happening?
He saw Brett Favre.
Right.
And remember that situation was like, I have to do it.
Yeah, because you know who I want to emulate? Brett Favre. That's a good call. No, it's not. Not a very good call at all. Aaron Jones, his teammate, doesn't want him going anywhere.
I hope he's not going nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Especially down Vegas. He played with Tay, so I hope that wouldn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But he's my quarterback, so
yeah.
Hope he's back. If he's back, we're ready to ball with him. If he's not, then we have Jordan Love, who's more than capable, and he's ready to ball as well, ready for a shot.
That is kind of an interesting subplot, too. Like, Jordan Love got drafted in the first round in what is still a controversial draft pick.
Right.
When Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are borderline Super Bowl, need help, and they draft a backup quarterback. And Jordan Love's been around for a minute now. How does he feel every year? He's like, well, I might be the starter.
Yeah. I want to start my career.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? And you never hear anything. You never hear Jordan Love in trade talks. You never hear Jordan Love involved in anything like that. Now he's 24 years old, entering his 3rd season this year. And the guy has thrown 50 passes. Excuse me, I apologize. He's thrown 83 passes. He's completed 50 passes. And you just wonder, the easy thing is, well, is this Aaron Rodgers to Brett Favre? The next generation, is Jordan Love going to be amazing and magnificent? We're never going to find out until if and when he either retires. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers, which he's not going to do, it sounds like, or moves on. I would love to. Honestly, the one that I don't have is him retiring.
I don't either. I don't think he's going to do that. My gut has been telling me, and again, without knowing anything, I just feel like he's going to be a Packer again.
I think that's no offense by that. That's the easy.
Yeah. That's what's
logical
lined up. That's what he signed up for. There has to be something done to make him not a Green Bay Packer. He has to be traded.
So you now have it's so weird how the NFL works. In a sport where quarterback is by far the most important position. It's the most important position in sports. It's not close. You have 2 MVPs that are, I guess, available in Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson. And I would say odds are they're both going to go back to their teams. But you look at a team like, for example, the 49ers, who were literally juggling. Oh, hey, here's Jimmy. Here's the very last pick in the draft. Oh, Trey Lance. And you've got these guys in the market. It's very enthralling to think about a team like the 49ers getting involved. But I just don't. They've got so much capital lined up.
Yeah, and the team that's made a move actually was the Saints, right?
Yeah.
Going to get Carr. Don't you think? I mean, all things being equal, would they rather have Lamar Jackson or Aaron Rodgers?
Yes, yes. And I also find myself sitting here wondering because and that's how I think. Would the package that the 49ers sent the Dolphins for Trey Lance, or what turned into Trey Lance, wouldn't that grab you both these guys? Wouldn't that grab you Rodgers and or Lamar Jackson? Now, the money is different. And
Maybe I think for sure it grabs you Rodgers, without a doubt. And at this point, you'd have to imagine that would definitely pique Baltimore's interest.
they're talking about 2 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
The Niners, correct me if I'm wrong, gave up 3, didn't they?
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Well, and the 2 first-rounders for Lamar, that's part of like if he does sign an offer sheet and the Ravens don't match, it's automatically 2 first, correct?
Right. And it has to be understood that you have to factor into the equation what Trey Lance and what Brock Purdy are making, as opposed to what Lamar will make and what Aaron Rodgers is making. That is a big deal. That is, you throw draft picks into the conversation, you have to throw that in because that means you can spend money on this. The NFL has a pretty hard cap. That has to be factored in. But my goodness gracious, I don't know what the heck's going on with Aaron Rodgers. I just wish he'd get it over with.
Oh, he's not going to do that for us.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Now, let's just for funsies, let's say he does go to the Jets.
Okay.
Does that change much for them?
Well, part of their problem, right, was quarterback play. So I would say, naturally, I say yes, because Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, has been one of the best quarterbacks in the league for a long time. It's just, this last season, he didn't have a great year. The previous 2, he was the MVP 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's still a great ability. I don't know that his game has dropped significantly. Every time, you write off a guy like Tom Brady, there he goes and throws for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. So I think I think Rodgers has all that ability to do that. But he just goes in that ever complicated AFC that I just think is stacked with awesome QBs.
Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco, what was his name?
Mike White.
Mike White. That's what they were juggling.
They had a 4th QB in there too that started.
But and Breece Hall was a really good rookie at running back when he was healthy. But let me bring up their depth chart here. As of right now, Garrett Wilson, Corey Davis, and Elijah Moore are your wideouts. I don't know, man.
So it's like the Packers without Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers makes guys better.
He does make guys better, and he would make guys better. Yeah. And the Jets were 7-10 last year. Flip that around 10-7. And you're in second place in the AFC East.
I mean, to me, if Aaron Rodgers is interested in the Jets, it's because the Jets are interested in him. And I think that's an ego thing, and everybody likes to be wanted. I think Aaron Rodgers has always been wanted by the Packers. I think the Packers are getting tired of this whole deal. So I don't think it's like, the Packers don't want me. I think it's if you say, I'm here and I'm committed, I don't need to do a darkness retreat. I want to be a Packer for the next 4 years. Let me play out my contract and let's go. I think he stays a Packer.
Sure.
But he doesn't seem to do that.
At some point, don't you just say, I need, and it's so weird how I'm trying to think back to Favre's last couple years with the Packers. And allowing for the fact that with social media and everything going on right now, of course, everything's going to be more dramatic, but I'm trying to think which was more dramatic, Favre's end with the Packers or Aaron Rodgers right now with the Packers. And I feel like it's close.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Closer.
Yeah. So I'm really interested in Love and how he is. Because if you're Brian Gutekunst and company over in Green Bay, at some point, don't you just say, you know what, we could really use this 40-50 million a year.
Right.
We're going to go with the kid. We're going to get rid of this drama. And by the way, we're going to add some serious talent to this team. But
yeah,
Aaron Rodgers is almost always a ticket to the playoffs, but they were 8-9 last year.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a little of the sheen is off of the thing that has sheen on it.
Also, for anyone thinking, hey, just, let him go, let him walk. Aaron Rodgers dead cap this year. Any guess what that hit would be?
I don't know.
20 million?
A little higher.
25?
A little higher.
30?
A little higher.
40?
A little higher.
No. That's if they release him, though, right?
Yes, I'm saying if they release him.
Oh, I got it.
They're like, just be done with the drama.
50?
His dead cap is $99 million.
That cap is dead.
Yeah, they can't release him. That ain't happening. Oh, my God.
So you either hope he retires or you're trading him.
Yeah, or he comes back to you, but you're not releasing him. That's for sure. We'll take a break. Speaking of quarterbacks, let's get into this Lamar Jackson thing. Let's get into where I think he'll end up the Raiders. Is there a possibility he could go to the Niners? Oh, by the way, we said during the break, will the 49ers sign Aaron Rodgers today? We'll let you know when we get back. The answer is no.
Oh.
The answer is no. You broke that right here on Sactown Sports, changing the landscape. We're back right after this.
The only place you'll find Harrison Barnes is Sactown Sports.
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Harrison Barnes, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Jason Ross here to tell you about my friends over at ACR Solar, home improvements, home services. They do so many different things. Of course, solar, right there in their name. They've done that for a long time, and they do that very, very well. But what are the other things they might provide? Well, for us, it was a brand new roof. Had to do it. We were taking our walk yesterday, came back to the house, looking at the roof, and just go, man, so happy that we went through this process with, again, rain and rain and rain. More rain coming. It's going to rain every day, basically. For the next week or so. But we're safe. We're secure. We have peace of mind. We have no issue, no worries. So glad on the timing, too. Timing is everything. Glad we got the project done thanks to the great people at ACR Solar. When we met with John, the owner, and Joe, the roofing expert, we knew that was the right partnership for us, and they took care of us. Obviously, they did amazing work. We were happy with the price. We looked at the roof now, and again, peace of mind, improve the home value, all the things you want when you take on a project like that. And then it's our last roof. We're going to have that for a long, long time. So you have home improvement, home projects, solar, anything like that, check out acrsolar.com.
ATM Mortgage. Hi, this is Jeff Tarbell with a very unique program for homeowners over 55 years old. How would you like to cut your house payment in half and maybe get some cash out too? Give ATM Mortgage a call. 916-338-9400, 338-9400, or online at atmmortgage.net. ATM Mortgage. License under California CFL and MLS 223-4889.
Turn on the news and all you hear is inflation is going up, prices going up, interest rates are going up. Well, Elk Grove Kia is out to show there's a lot of good happening. When most dealers are charging thousands more than sticker, Elk Grove Kia says no, with no dealer markup on most new Kias in stock, like the sporty Kia Forte. Elk Grove Kia says $2,000 below MSRP and 2.9% APR. Talk about savings. That's $2,000 below window sticker and 2.9 APR. The folks at Elk Grove Kia have over 100 years of combined experience. We approve everyone. Bankruptcies, foreclosures, no problem. Charge-offs, late payments, repos, no problem. And Elk Grove Kia is home to the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Interested in the Kia EVs? Like the all-new Sportage Hybrid, we got them. The redesigned Sorento Hybrid, we got them. The most popular EV6, yep, we got them. Now is the time. Check us out online at elkgrovekia.com and at Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. This dealer discount of $2,000, 569-576-556-684-556-746. 0.9% for Kia finance for up to 48 months, 720 plus FICO score required, subject to lender approval.
Founded in Northern Ireland, PRG has grown from humble beginnings to become the top brand in custom golf accessories for most of the world's top 100 golf courses. PRG offers original designs as well as Arnold Palmer, Folds of Honor, collegiate license, and Major League Baseball product designs. PRG is the official supplier of the Ryder Cup. PRG is available at major golf shops, or PRG makes it easy to purchase directly for your individual use at prg-golf.com. prg-golf.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Day for my good friends at American Energy. Right now, get $2,500 off a new HVAC whole system installation. Now is the time to replace that system. $2,500 off a new HVAC whole home system. 0% financing, payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting this off. Schedule today, 916-520-9990, and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh, yeah. Love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingaroner, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Well, it certainly takes two to tango, but I think Lamar and I have a great relationship. I think we communicate quite often. We spent some time together today, as a matter of fact. We've spoken throughout the season multiple times, and, these negotiations, they all happen differently. I wouldn't characterize the percentages of getting any deal done or how long it's going to take, except to say that we'll communicate effectively, we'll be as fair as we can be, and we'll try to hammer out a deal, and hopefully we can get to that point.
That's Eric DeCosta and Lamar Jackson. Ravens have put the tag on Lamar, but it's a non-exclusive franchise tag, which basically says we're open for business.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put the tag on him. We want the 2 first-round pick compensation. That's a big amount of compensation, and we want the right of first refusal. But if the price is right, which tells me that you would think Lamar Jackson's going to be gone, because that's a tough thing to go back to.
Yeah, I mean, there were breadcrumbs during the season too, right? This has been hanging out there for him and for the Ravens for a while. Then remember the end of the season where he didn't go to one of the games on the road. They thought that was discouraging, and he was hurt, but was he going to play again? It just felt like I don't know. The two sides clearly weren't happy with one another.
Yeah,
but can they fix this? I don't know where they are, if they're at the point of no return or not.
It's interesting. This is really, really fascinating. First off, he's representing himself. He doesn't have an agent, and that worked for Richard Sherman. But I think this is different. Lamar Jackson is not that Richard Sherman wasn't incredibly high profile, but he's an incredibly high profile quarterback. He's 26 years old. He's a former MVP. This is the most important contract of his life. Dude, get an agent.
Yeah.
I know they're slimy and weird, and you got to pay him a lot of money, but 95% of something's better than 100% of whatever you're going to probably get if you keep screwing around.
Yeah, and they know what market value is. When we saw what Daniel Jones just signed for yesterday, I mean, based on wins, based on performance, based on MVP and accolades, I mean, he's got way more to lose and to gain here if you're Lamar Jackson.
Well, the deal he wants, reportedly, is he wants Deshaun Watson's deal with the Browns. And as you read more into this, it's quite interesting, because even though collusion isn't legal and the NFL, finds every single loophole there is, it sounds like the owners were quite upset with the Browns owner, Jimmy Haslam, when he gave Deshaun Watson that not only was that contract the sweetest contract ever given to a quarterback, but that's after Deshaun Watson allegedly had, I think, 175 billion allegations against him going in. That might be an overreach, but it's somewhere around there. And he still gets a fully guaranteed mid-9 figures contract.
Right.
That's what Lamar Jackson wants. But it sounds like when you read the insiders that the owners are trying to squash that as an outlier. And again, that would be collusion. But it's one of those unwritten, dude, don't do what Jimmy Haslam did, because you're going to end up having to do it here pretty soon. We don't want to set the market like that. What's weird, the non-exclusive tag will pay Jackson $32 million this season. It's less expensive than the exclusive one, which is projected at $45 million. And so for the price of $13 million, the Ravens could have controlled his rights completely. Now they can match, but it might get to a point where it's too much for them. The weirdest thing, Jason, is these teams that have been leaking almost immediately that they're not interested.
Right.
The Atlanta Falcons, according to Diana Rossini, will not be pursuing him. The Las Vegas Raiders haven't eliminated any quarterback options, but certainly made it sound like they were not all in on Lamar Jackson. Again, 26, just the third quarterback to win MVP and then receive the franchise tag, joining Steve Young and Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning did it twice in 2004 and 2011. Now they have until July 17th to work out a long-term deal. If it's not reached by that deadline, a new deal can't be reached until after the season. So this is incredibly interesting and could possibly lead to a Lamar, the Le'Veon Bell trigger, which would be him holding out for the entire year. I don't know,
which
man.
Doesn't help anybody, right? I mean, nobody wants that. He's too talented.
I don't think so. Yeah. As it is right now, Baltimore's going to have to make several moves to get that franchise tag under the cap by 1 p.m. March 15th. That's when the league year officially begins. They have 22 million in cap space. His tag is 32 million, which is why you think if somebody comes in at 35 million, he's probably gone.
Yeah. What do you think the organization's reservations are? Because again, when you are either have your franchise quarterback or you're looking for him, it sure seems like he would be the franchise quarterback for the majority of the teams in the NFL. Like it'll be almost impossible for the Ravens to upgrade. Now they could do it differently and maybe get a young quarterback in there and build around the rest of the roster.
Sure.
Doesn't always work that way, but I mean, you've got the piece that everybody's looking for is a franchise type QB.
I would say the only thing I can think of is out of 34 possible games during the regular season, Lamar Jackson has played 24 over the last 2 years. Now he played 16, 15, and 15 before that. But I think the worry is twofold. And I'm not justifying this worry. I'm trying to answer the question as to what I'm trying to get into their brains. Number one, because of his style of play, because he is a quarterback running back hybrid, does he open himself up to more contact? He's not, this isn't a guy that's built like a linebacker at all. He's thinner, muscular, but also quicker. That's part of his draw, his excellence. Are they worried about durability? That's number one. And number two, is the timeline different? I'm trying to think off the top of my head right now. I'm trying to think of successful, overly mobile quarterbacks. And the statement I want to make, Jason, is that if you're a mobile quarterback, your timeline is less than that of a Manning or a Brady or a Breeze, who are not mobile at all, but can play into their 40s, part because they don't take the damage. And also, I mean, we see it with wide receivers and running backs. They generally fall off a cliff at 29 to 30 years old in the NFL. That's 3 years from now for Lamar Jackson.
I feel like it's getting less of that as far as, I mean, the mobility of quarterbacks is being utilized more as a weapon. We just had a Super Bowl where Jalen Hurts ran 3 rushing touchdowns in the Super Bowl,
right?
In the highest game of the most, and I think they're going to put out every amount of money they can to keep him, but it's something different seemingly with Lamar Jackson.
I think it is. And I think that's what they're thinking. I think ultimately they're thinking if we give him a 4-year deal, that's going to take him until he's 31 years old, if it's a 5-year deal. Is he going to begin? Is Lamar Jackson worth that money, even close, if his mobility is questionable? Whether through injury, whether through age, I don't know the answer. Now I'm going to spend the break really trying to think, and help me out, Jay, and help me out on the text line. Give me some predominantly mobile quarterbacks over the years that have been successful into their 30s. I know they exist. It's bothering me that I can't think of any off the top of my head. And maybe that's because they don't exist.
No, I mean, this generation of mobile quarterback hasn't gotten to their 30s yet, though. It's completely different than Randall Cunningham was a mobile quarterback.
Did Cam Newton?
I mean, we're going to remember the end of Cam Newton.
Sure.
But, I mean, wasn't he still?
I think it would be interesting to go back and look at Randall Cunningham, look at Mike Vick, which there were other things there. Look at Cam, look at Steve Young.
Michael Vick was still pretty good into his 30s. Not great, but pretty good.
He had that resurgence.
With the Eagles, right?
With the Eagles, right. We'll take a break.
Real quick, though, we're trying to figure out this whole Lamar thing. Why wouldn't the Ravens, how is this thing? Scoop D Whoop on the YouTube brings up a good point. You guys are forgetting the Ravens have a mobile quarterback on their roster besides Lamar.
That is actually, sadly, that is incredibly true. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the Ravens have decided Tyler Huntley's their guy.
It'd be cheaper.
It would be cheaper. We'll take a break. When we come back, what renowned national media member said, quote, "There is a semi-reasonable world in which we wake up and see the Sacramento Kings in the conference finals." We have the audio for you next.
You wanted more Niners? Sactown Sports delivered in the biggest way. Catch every Niners game right here on the new home for 49ers football in Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply. Sacramento weather is brought to you by Valley Strong Credit Union.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're off to a wet start out there. Plan for a soggy morning commute, but by the afternoon, we're looking at mainly sunny skies with temperatures today in the mid-50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, capital, and everything in between. Learn about all the benefits of being a business banking member at valleystrong.com.
You don't have to look far to be inspired at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Sactown Honda. We take customer service to the next level. From our no-pressure sales and service to our great selection and financing options. Whether you're shopping online or in person, you'll see why our team is the #1 Honda dealer in Northern California.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. Starts in Honda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own report.
Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course is Sacramento's #1 course for fun. Players love Bartley Kavanaugh's fun design and great mixture of holes. Near the banks of the Sacramento River, Bartley Kavanaugh's moderately sized greens and generous fairway landing areas make for an affordable and fun round of golf. Bartley Kavanaugh offers a great pro shop, help planning your tournament or wedding, and a relaxing outdoor veranda for a cold beverage or a tasty meal. For tee times, visit bartleycavanaugh.com. It's Sacramento's #1 course for fun.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street. Right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Family-owned Clark & Rush, celebrating 60 years of serving Sacramento. It's time to convert your gas water heater and furnace to electric. Just turn to the experts at Clark & Rush and Carrier. We electrify more homes than any other contractor in Sacramento. Plus, we'll help you get up to $6,500 in utility rebates. We'll even do the paperwork. Call or visit clark-rush.com.
Smart energy savings is what we do. Clark and Rush.
Call 916-245-2829.
Your insurance company has an adjuster, shouldn't you? Call 888-GREENSPAN. They handle major insured claims from collapsed and falling trees. They represent you, not your insurance company. For over 75 years, Greenspan has been there for property owners, helping thousands of businesses, families, and communities receive correct and fair insurance claim settlements for property damage. Greenspan is your private adjuster, leveling the playing field. Call 888-GREENSPAN today. That's 888-473-6277. California DOI license number 2E11301.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your local sports leader in the 916.
This
is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Sacramento Kings sit in the number 2 seed in the Western Conference this morning after getting some unexpected help from an unexpected ally in the Los Angeles Lakers, who took out the Memphis Grizzlies last night.
Friday, Toronto. This game is OPER.
Of course, we'll have all your Kings coverage this morning as color analyst Kayte Christensen joins us at 8 a.m. Former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas joins us at 9, and another former King and current analyst Matt Barnes joins us at 9:27 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. The Baltimore Ravens have put the non-exclusive franchise tag on quarterback Lamar Jackson. You can read more about that story now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
As Jay just mentioned, it's Analyst Wednesday. We need to get a, you know what? That would be a wonderful thing to have like a Ameritrade sponsor, like Analyst Wednesday. You know, you see what I did there, right?
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, if you
or Christensen Enterprises.
There you go. 90 jokes, and I'm going to avoid all of them there. If you would like to have your company name heard here, 923-6800. Ask for Scott Marsh.
Say Scotty the Body Marsh. That's how they know. That's how they'll take
that
you
gets
seriously.
you right through.
That gets you. Yeah, that gets you because we have a couple of Scott Marshes here.
Yeah, three. Is it 3 or 4
yeah,
now?
It's 3. Well, we have Scott. We have Scottrick. And then we have Scotty the Body Marsh.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one with the power.
Voice of UC Davis Athletics.
Scottrick's an intern. You don't want to talk to him.
He can't sell you anything. But 916-923-6800. Hello to everybody in the YouTube chats. I like how they're throwing out when we said, hey, mobile quarterbacks into the 30s. And boy, there's just a ton of Eli Manning, Brad Johnson, Trent Dilfer, Joe Flacco. Come on.
Super mobile.
I mean, they moved. By definition, they're mobile.
Chris wants us to know he's not a Michael Vick fan because of the dog stuff. Well,
thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. We appreciate that. We of course love dog stuff. We're huge fans of it here. It's totally not obvious whatsoever that we all might have an issue with what happened. But thank you, Chris.
Well, except you, because we've seen those videos of Nacho and Gus going at it.
Hey, for food. But that's, come on. Nacho always wins, by the way. Nacho punks Gus on a regular basis, even though she's the smaller dog. Let's just be clear. And both made appearances yesterday on the show, which I'm here to report my daughter super happy about.
Really?
Super happy when the dogs get FaceTime. Absolutely. She went back through. She doesn't care about the show. She never does. She went back through and took little screenshots off the YouTube chat of both Gus the Bus.
Wow. How about that?
And Nacho. So,
and they didn't even poop while they were on screen.
They did not. No, they didn't. That's very well done, Jason. Zach Lowe is high on the Sacramento Kings. You see what I did there? The ESPN analyst, writer. He really is one of the better basketball minds, I think, and I know you agree, in the country. And he was talking on, I believe this was on his Low Post podcast, about the Kings, and he said the following.
Everyone thinks, I think Dallas has more upside than Sacramento because of Luka and the Luka-Kyrie combination, but there's really nothing. They're 2-5. We're going to talk about them in a second. They're 2-5 together. There's nothing that really suggests that they should be like favorites over the Kings. Minnesota should not be favorites over the Kings. We'll see when Cat comes back. But like, that's a winnable series. Okay, let's say they win that series. Let's say they get the draw, breaks for them, they win. Then it's 2-3 against the Grizzlies with no Brandon Clark, and let's even assume Job's back. Like,
or you might be looking at one of those teams in the second round instead. Like, because look, I'm not going to sit here and like the Grizzlies. Obviously, we've just talked about a lot. There's more question marks around the Grizzlies than any team that's going to have a home court advantage in the first round.
I'm just saying.
By far,
the King. There is a semi-reasonable world where we wake up and the Kings are in the conference finals. I wouldn't pick it. It's going to depend a lot about who their first round opponent is out of these teams. Because if it's Clippers, Warriors, whatever, I think they're in for an uphill battle. But if it breaks right Kings, for them, they're good.
Yeah. It's not unreasonable.
No, and that's the thing. I tried to say this a few weeks ago when the Kings had already been the 3 seed for a while, but then they started getting a few more wins and extending their lead on everyone else in that pack. They've generally, the champion of the whole thing comes within the top seed, top 2, top 3. Yeah. And I don't think of this Sacramento Kings team as an NBA championship team, but that's kind of the company they're in. Again, one team wins. I think there are better teams than the Kings. I think that's an obvious statement, but they've done some pretty amazing things. And even if the records are down this year, maybe over other years, they've still whittled their way through the pack to get now the 2 seed and have one of the better records, certainly in the West, one of the better records in the NBA. And when you see odds and everything like that, they are ranked a lot lower. And I think that's all based on the past. If you go based on this year, how they've played, what they've done, their metrics, I mean, they should be in that small group of people that think they could win. At the bottom of that, sure. But, I mean, that's what they've earned.
Is the closest comparison, find me a better one, but is the closest comparison here the 2020-2021 Phoenix Suns? And here's why I say that. You had the Suns the year before. They were 34-39. You had that shortened year. You had the whole bubble thing. They were out of the playoffs. They went, what was it, 7-0?
8-0.
8-0 in the bubble. And then the following year in 2020 and 2021, that season, I believe they were yes, they were 51-21. They were the 2 seed behind the Utah Jazz, just ahead of the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah. And went all the way to the finals and up 2-0 in the finals.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think here. Because you're right. Like, I don't think of the Kings as a championship contender. And that's not the typical me being, me with, think negatively. I think of the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
The Celtics, the Suns.
Mm-hmm. The Nuggets should get love. Based on what they've done, they've got to get some attention. How hard it is to beat them at home.
I agree with you.
And why people probably are not is they haven't been there before.
Right.
And that's all we're doing. Like Phoenix, to your point, what you just said. Oh, Phoenix can't get there. They hadn't been there before. That group. Well, then they did. Now, all of a sudden, we think they can. Also, they did add Kevin Durant.
Yes.
Bucks, we've seen it. The Celtics, we've now seen it.
Yes.
People still say the Warriors are the defending champs. Sure, because we've seen it. We know they've done it.
Yeah.
This is a different group a little bit.
It's like, why are the Warriors scarier than the Nuggets?
Right.
To some people.
I bet more people think the Warriors are scary. And people will still put the Lakers up there.
I think you're right.
As a team that's below 500 today. Yeah. That what are they literally behind the Kings?
The Lakers are
7 full games.
Yeah.
And most everybody would say, well, if the Lakers get there, I mean, that's a dangerous team. Kings aren't dangerous. Why wouldn't they be dangerous?
If the Lakers went undefeated the rest of the way, if they're 32-34 right now, they would finish at 48-34. So the Sacramento Kings, with 64, so
18 left. Have to go 10-8, and they would be tied with the Lakers, but have the tiebreaker.
That's if the Lakers
won every game
the rest of the way. With the Lakers, it's because of LeBron and AD and the Lakers.
Because you've seen it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I said this the other day, and I'm going to stick with this analogy. I think the Nuggets are the Philadelphia Eagles of this year's NBA.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those, well, okay, regular season, but when and there is one thing that I do get. One of their big advantages, I wouldn't say goes away, but playing in Denver is a fantastic advantage because of the elevation. But you're also getting a lot more time off in between games in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it's also a little slower of a game. So that's going to erode a little bit that advantage. but they're 46-19. They have the second best record in the NBA. They've been in first. I mean, they're 30-4 at home. That's just stupid. So even if you throw Denver in there, what am I? Denver, Phoenix, the Warriors? Is there anyone else out of the West that you go, I could see them?
I personally do like the Clippers lineup. I know
I do too.
They haven't really thrived, and there's still more time to get it right. I think they have a lot of potential on matchups to go very far.
Okay.
I do, but doesn't, at some point, we said this is now already changed, but there was a while where it looked like Phoenix and the Clippers were going to play each other in the first round. Like, what a first round series. So much star power. Some great team is going to be going home.
Yeah, that's a Western Conference Finals. Right. That's a finals type of matchup.
It's
star power.
All going to be matchups here.
Would you say if you had to put teams in the Western Conference that you think are more likely to come out of the Western Conference, is it fair to say the Kings would be fifth?
Probably one of the lowest based on what people do is look at the past.
I'm talking about you.
Me?
You. Denver, Golden State, Phoenix, Clippers. Would you put the Kings ahead of any of those teams?
Denver, Golden State, Phoenix, Clippers. I'd put them ahead of the Warriors.
Okay.
I would.
I'm not disagreeing.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people would disagree.
Yeah, I totally understand.
It's just because we don't know what this Warriors thing is. We have grown up and covered this sport, and we have seen through the years dynastic teams that go on cruise control. But it does seem like there's something different this year with Draymond Green and Jordan Poole, and there's some undercurrent there. Now, is it going to be a great story? And not a lot of people had them winning the championship last year.
Yeah. And I think historically, if they did do well, they can go far. I think they would be the worst road record ever in the history of the league to get that far. So that would be impressive. Doesn't mean they can't do it again. Now I'm going off the past.
Right.
But I think that's pretty significant. Tells you more about that team.
Kayte Christensen coming up at 8:00. Kenny Thomas at 9:00. Matt Barnes at 9:27 on an Analyst Wednesday. It's a 3 for Madness Wednesday as well. Lots of questions for y'all. We'll do that in just 1 minute.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hi, guys. It's Mark with Coastside Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our wave technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but we'll also include something unique that produces powerful results. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right. Before we advance, I'll bring this on the air from off the air. I have a relationship question for everybody. I will be married 16 years this July, and most of that is come through flinching and knowing when to duck. But I have a problem, and I always look at the clock. I don't think she's in the car yet. So my wife has an addiction, and I need to address it. Whenever anything is charged to my Apple account, or should I say our Apple account, I get a little email. And today I got another email, and there's $1.99 and another 99 cents for a wild card packs in solitaire. Now, I did the math last month, and Melissa spent, I think it's $12.99 on little perks in her solitaire game. And it relaxes her when she comes home at the end of the day. She enjoys playing it. And anything that relaxes my wife, a huge fan of, because that means less yelling at me. But at what point do you step in and put your head in the lion's mouth and say, listen, you're spending $13 a month, which isn't a lot on the surface, but isn't that how it starts? This month it's $13. Next month, $3,000. Following month, Melissa's, I don't know where she is. She's out finding money somewhere for solitaire.
Jason, you want to take this one, or do you want me to take it?
Why don't you start, Jay?
Dave, let's flip the situation here.
Yes.
And Melissa pulls up the charges of things that you might purchase
for the family.
I don't like this game.
For Carmichael Dave and for his leisure, so to speak.
Be his big fat zero.
So
kitchen gadgets,
and she
For the
came to
family.
you, arcade sticks, purple beam lights for the backyard.
For the family, we all get to enjoy the purple beams.
But who enjoys it more? A little one-sided, right? Okay, just
Really?
so, and she
All
comes
right.
to you with this conversation, and she goes, "David." That's how you know she's serious.
By the way,
And you tell her what?
in her life, she's never called me David unless it's in front of my parents because they correct her. She calls me other things when she's serious, and they don't sound like David.
So just take one of those that you can't say on the air. Your response is, see, this is
Let
what
me just say, it's not like I spend a lot of money frivolously on things like 10 packs of lightsabers to light the beam. That's a show expense. Okay,
it's not.
That is a show expense so that we can.
This is the first time you've lit that beam in months.
Are you in my house?
That got personal.
Wow, I didn't want it to go there. All right, that's it. You know what? That's a rare, valid point from.
What if you buy her a deck of cards?
It's not as fun. I like it because it's cartoony. That's what she says.
Nice.
I like it cartoony. That's what she says. That's
What if you buy cartoon decks of cards?
like little Fred Flintstones?
Hey, guys.
3 for Madness, question 1.
As I speaking of cartoons, we'll get to that in question 2. But question 1, with all the crazy QB news around the NFL, it seems like poor Jimmy G is going to be someone's consolation prize. Where does Jimmy G end up in 2023?
He's so handsome.
He is. And wouldn't he fit perfectly in Las Vegas? Just the whole lifestyle. Jimmy G in Las Vegas. Yeah.
I think he would be James Garoppolo then.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jimmy G. Hey, Jimmy G. Hey, Jimmy G. Come on over to Sal's, the place with the thing.
I got a fourth cousin's name's Garoppolo. That's his first name.
Yeah. Golly, it honestly, it feels like Jimmy Garoppolo. It's like they're playing a game of musical chairs. And Jimmy Garoppolo is the guy that just knows he has to stand until the end. Like he doesn't get to sneak in.
Right.
Everyone's going to wait, and then it's going to end up being.
He'll have a chair.
Yeah, he'll have a chair somewhere.
Yeah.
The Jets will be like, here you go, Jimmy.
Yeah. We always wanted you. We just were talking to this Aaron guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Derek guy.
And Jimmy gets to reunite with Robert Saleh, which I'm sure is super important.
Yeah.
Because, they work together a ton with the Niners. I don't know. I want him to do well. I want him to have.
Where does he end up?
I have no idea.
Yeah, right.
Oh, God,
no.
you two.
Well, what
Where?
The Jets. I
It's
don't know.
Houston, right? He's going to be a Texan.
I mean,
is he?
That's
Give me a more likely scenario than Houston right now. Right now, today.
The Jets.
The
XFL. Wouldn't that be amazing if he just goes to Canadian League? I'd say the Jets because I think I think it's easy to think, I could be wrong, that Aaron Rodgers is using the Jets as leverage.
Leverage for what? He has a contract. He's not negotiating.
He's start with the Jets, and then he's going to turn to the. I think the Raiders are the fit for him. I think Devontae Adams is going to spend a lot of time on the phone with him and Mark Davis, begging and pleading. And then doesn't Jimmy Garoppolo can't you see Jimmy Garoppolo getting sacked 8 times a game next year for the Jets?
No, I see it for the Texans.
How about Tampa?
Yeah. I mean, Tampa would make a little bit of sense too. I think actually Tampa would make a lot of sense for Jimmy. I'd rather go to Tampa than New York if I was Jimmy.
All right, so final picks right now. I'm saying Houston. Jason, you're saying Tampa.
I switched. I'm saying Tampa too. I like it.
Tampa 2.
Tampa 2.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Question 2.
On this day in 2022,
hey,
reigning NFL MVP Aaron Rodgers agrees to remain with the Green Bay Packers in a reported 4-year, $200 million deal that would make him the highest paid player in NFL history. Are you surprised we're back here in waiting mode again with Rodgers?
No, it's like March Madness, St. Patrick's Day, and is Aaron Rodgers staying in Green Bay? Those are traditions now. That's how you know the sun will be here soon and the rain will go away. We've gone 0 days without unnecessary Aaron Rodgers drama, all for a guy that just signed a freaking deal a year ago, but yet somehow he manages to put his big dumb face in front of everybody. And by the way, it hasn't always been this. If it's not this, it's the vaccine stuff or who he's dating or his family squabbles.
It's a tradition unlike any other.
And the craziest thing, Jason, he manages to arguably, I mean, Tom Brady obviously there, but be the most high-profile A-list NFL celebrity playing in the smallest market in American sports.
Yeah. The other one you forgot to remember, maybe it's about a year ago. I can't remember the timeline, but he was filling in on Jeopardy. And is this his future? Is he going to be the next host of Jeopardy?
That's right.
There's always something. Maybe when the groundhog Puxatawny Phil saw his shadow, it's another off-season drama with Aaron Rodgers.
2 weeks of drama.
Yeah.
I don't know. Number 3.
Question 3.
Kevin Herter,
Yes.
Keegan Murray, and Malik Monk have all set career highs in points in a game this season, including those 3. Will another King exceed their career high in a single game in points before the season ends?
Okay, so that including those 3 will.
So they can set a new career high as well. Again.
I think 2 of those 3 will. I think Keegan Murray and Kevin Herter will both set career highs this year beyond what they've already done.
And I believe both of their career high is 30.
I think you're right.
Yes.
I know it is for Herter. I think you're right for Murray. Yeah, I think so.
Jay predicted his 30-point game.
Yes, he did, as a matter of fact, sort of. So, yeah, I do. And now is the question there is, will anyone else?
Yes.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's see if we get this right.
We're not going to have the same.
You don't think so?
Nope.
I think we might.
Okay.
All right, let's see. And
Jason's is Kessler Edwards, I have a feeling.
Okay, who's yours?
Kessler Edwards. Kessler, you spell it wrong.
Dang it! Yeah, I totally agree. Kessler Edwards.
Or someone game
There's no
80.
C in Edwards, Dave.
Game 81, game 82. I think the Kings'
Yes.
positioning will be established. And I don't know, Fox, Sabonis, several guys maybe out. Maybe Alex Len does it. Maybe Sean Holmes had some pretty big games, but someone will do. Will get a career high.
What?
Davion? I don't know. Somebody.
Yeah, Davion. I was thinking.
What's Davion's like 28, I think.
So
28 or 29.
Dellavedova, maybe.
What about Keon Ellis?
Oh, there you go.
There's one.
Nemikeda?
If
Yeah.
he gets that call up. We know what Chimezi Metu's career high is.
20-something.
Is
I
it
don't
right?
know.
21,
never-
I guess.
Yeah, that's not-
Trey Lyles could do it, maybe. I don't know.
Trey Lyles. Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Have like a Trey Lyles. I don't know what his career high is, but have a
I think it's in the late 20s, early 30s, I
what
think.
is Trey Lyles' career high? Let's look this up.
It's gonna be like
right now.
50.
All right,
28.
Jason, what is his career high?
28.
31.
31. On December 23rd, 2021, against the Heat, Trey Lyles scored 28 points.
Wow.
On the button.
Jason cheated. He looked up all their
On
career highs
the
beforehand.
Button.
He's like you in celebrity birthdays when you cheat.
You're so stupid, dude. You're like 97-3 against me in celebrity birthdays.
Yeah, and I should be 100-0.
Right, and then I win one. You read it in advance. You read him in advance, and you always go second.
Hey, guy, guess what? The Astros had never won a World Series before 2017. Then they cheated. You're the Astros
You
of
just
celebrity
admitted-
birthdays.
You just admitted you cheated.
No,
I hit
you
the trash
cheat.
can with the number of years.
Yeah. How do I
You
cheat if
cheat.
I lose?
No, I'm saying the 3 wins are you cheating.
Oh, I got you. Your logic, as always, is
What do the Astros have? 2
completely
World
sound.
Series wins, so they're like
completely
2
sound.
in 180. Yeah, they're 2 wins they cheat.
Oh, your mother. All right, we'll take a break.
Wow.
When we come back. It was the royal, your mother.
Oh,
We'll
so
take
it's
a
okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mother is not British.
When we come back. Hey, Lamar Jackson, he could be available. Should the 49ers make a run at him? I disagree, by the way, because they will not catch him. He is very fast, but should they
Bosa would.
should they Bosa might. Let's bring Lamar Jackson to San Francisco. Is it even possible? We'll talk about it now.
Sactown Sports is your new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Let's go, Niners! Go!
Debo,
Debo 10! Debo! Touchdown!
McCaffrey,
I'm just proud to be a 49er. CMC! Nine!
Kittle,
And it is caught by George Kittle again.
they all live here. Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
Hottest ticket in town. On Wednesday, March 8th, for the first time ever, AEW Dynamite and Rampage make their way to the Golden One Center in Sacramento. Don't miss the fallout from Revolution and what promises to be one of the biggest shows of the year. Don't miss MJF.
I'm a generational talent.
John Moxley.
Get in the ring with me. It's dangerous as all hell.
Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Saraya.
I am the revolution.
Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, Jamie Hayter, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, The Acclaim.
Everyone love the Acclaim.
Swerve in Our Glory, Hook, Hangman Page, Jade, FTR.
Top guys out.
Tony Storm, The Lucha Brothers, Wardlow, Darby Allin, Sting, Chris Jericho, and the Jericho Appreciation Society.
And that's entertainment.
And many more will be there live. Don't miss AEW Live at the Golden One Center. Tickets are on sale now. Go to AEWTix.com now. Cards subject to change.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet Store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all four arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet Store. Visit the Good Feet Store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pie customer.
The other workers' comp insurance company, they were going to reclassify our business, and then they were going to charge me $50,000.
Meet Natalie, owner of the carpentry shop. Shocked by an unexpected bill, she knew it was time to switch her workers' comp provider. That's when she found Pie Insurance.
When we got the quote back from Pie, it was a sigh of relief. They put us in a policy where we fit.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you could save at trypie.com. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified.
I'm grateful that there's a company out there that's willing to insure us little guys because every dollar counts.
With Pie Insurance, you get pricing and coverage made for small businesses. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pie or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypie.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Sacramento Kings sit in the number 2 seed in the Western Conference this morning after getting some unexpected help from an unexpected ally in the Los Angeles Lakers, who took out the Memphis Grizzlies last night.
Friday, Toronto. This game is OVER.
Of course, we'll have all your Keys coverage this morning as color analyst Kayte Christensen joins us at 8 a.m. Former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas joins us at 9, and another former King and current analyst Matt Barnes joins us at 9:27 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. The Baltimore Ravens have put the non-exclusive franchise tag on quarterback Lamar Jackson. You can read more about that story now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome back. Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. It's Jason Ross. It's Jim Mars. And it's Cincinnati Royals tee. It looks like a very comfortable weekend t-shirt. Yeah, it does. 1-800-920-1140.
It's very buttery.
What?
Smooth like butter.
Oh,
I can't believe it's not butter.
1-800.
It's not. It's shirt.
920-1140, 916-339-1140. Hey, and I say this only because it's kind of cool that I think we're talking about a serious P1 here, to use business terms here. But my Lamar Jackson guy showed up over the last break.
Oh, you put out the signal the other day.
I did. I put out this morning. I said, hey, I know you're listening. And he's already in with Lamar Jackson sucks. He's not going to sign anywhere. Everything sucks. He's terrible. And I mean, honestly, I look at that as he listens or he's paying somebody to tell him. We have a lot to cover, specifically the 49ers, because people are asking, could the 49ers get Lamar Jackson? Well, Bill Barnwell is like we talked about with Zach Lowe. Bill Barnwell of the ESPN is a very good football mind. And there's a lot here. I'm just going to, we'll get through it together, but take some notes if you want to sound smart at the water cooler. See, the Niners, on the surface, you'd have to send Baltimore 2 first-round picks because of the way this is set up. 1 in 23, 1 in 24. If you sign Jackson to an offer sheet and they decline it. Now, the Niners don't have a first-round pick in the upcoming draft, but there's always a loophole. So teams can negotiate a deal with the Ravens where he signs his tag and then immediately gets dealt. And that would occur post-draft. So teams that don't have their first-round pick, like the Niners or like the Dolphins, for example, who should have they gave that away with Tyreek Hill, could acquire Lamar Jackson without using an offer sheet. In these cases, the Ravens would likely ask for something more than 2 first-round picks, maybe a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and a quarterback that could replace Jackson in the starting lineup. And you kind of can see where this is going. As far as keeping Trey Lance and or Brock Purdy on their rookie deals, they'd be far cheaper than Lamar, which is critical when you think about the fact that they're already stretching to pay or have paid McCaffrey, Samuel, Kittle, Trent Williams, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, and Ayuk are both eligible for extensions this offseason. Nick Bosa is going to have a monster extension. Talanoa Hufanga will follow the next year. So can you really throw $50 million a year at Lamar Jackson? But if that were the case, here's what a possible deal would look like. Trey Lance goes to the Ravens. Then they got to get creative. Lance, perhaps Brandon Ayuk, a 2024 first-round pick for Jackson, and a 2024. It's tough.
Yeah, I can already hear it now because of what we heard during the season about Kyle Shanahan, the Kyle Shanahan haters or doubters of him getting his quarterbacks hurt. And if you're investing, if they even remotely went down this road, I think the reason you go for a guy like Lamar Jackson, he's got a cannon of an arm, but his ability to be able to scramble, to run, to make plays with his feet, to make your offense even more dynamic. People thought Kyle Shanahan got his quarterbacks injured on run plays and running between the tackles, on running different things with Trey Lance and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Jimmy G. Would the Niners trust that? Is that really a story? Would that be a story? It would be for fans. They'd be worried about that.
I think so, especially like you said, when you look at that track record, whether it's fair or not.
But it's a label that goes there. But, I mean, to me, part of his superpowers is his ability to run. I wouldn't want to not use it.
No, because he's not so much of his value. Now, here's the thing. I get upset when people say Lamar Jackson can't pass the ball.
He's got a big arm.
He has absolutely a big arm. It's silly to say he can't pass the ball, but his whole dynamic and what he offers apart from that is his ability to not just rush, but this is a guy that was a 2-time 1,000-yard and rushed for 1,200 yards his MVP year, his second year. And then in the last 2 years, playing in 5 less games each year, he's rushed for 767 and 764. So health-wise, he should be a 4-time straight 1,000-yard rusher or better with obviously multiple touchdowns on the ground. And he's still throwing for 3,100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at his track record, I mean, in 2021, he threw 16 touchdowns and had 13 picks. But for his career, even with that terrible year, 101 touchdowns, 38 picks. The guy's got 24 touchdowns rushing, 4,400 yards rushing. Like, I'm just sitting here as a Niner fan and allowing myself just for fun, because ultimately I don't think, as much as I do like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And I know that John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are incredibly creative. And by the way, Parag Marathe deserves a lot of credit for that too, the cap wizard there. They're not afraid to take a swing and send picks away for Trey Lance. They're not afraid to trade for Christian McCaffrey. Yes, it's fun to think about Lamar Jackson under center for the Niners And assuming, we don't know who they'd have to trade, but can you imagine Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, whatever, lining up next to Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Trent Williams. Like, that would have the potential to be the best offense in the history of the league.
Yeah. Well, and what's the weird part about it is, as the season ended, I know the irony of this statement is it didn't feel like the quarterback position cost them. Now, it did in the NFC Championship game because everybody got hurt.
Sure.
I don't think I would have liked to have seen healthy Brock Purdy for that entire game, or even a healthy Trey Lance if he was available, a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo if he was able to come in. I would have liked to have seen that. But I think the other overall, to me, the detriment to even thinking about this is the first part you read about what he would cost financially to the team.
Yeah.
Not that they should shy away from that, but the fact that you've got Lance and or Purdy at what we would say is inexpensive deal, you can just really build around what already looks like a Super Bowl roster and fill in so many more pieces than if you went bold and got someone super talented, but it might cost you in some other positions.
And that's where it really gets into. It's just it is such an impossible task. Well, I shouldn't say impossible. It's just such a stressful task for John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. Can we win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy? Do we go with Brock Purdy over Trey Lance? Do we bring somebody else in that's better than them both? You go back and you remember that this team was basically unstoppable with Brock Purdy, and then he got hurt. Now, I don't know if they win the game against the Eagles. And the Eagles won fair and square. I'm not here to rehash that. But the NFC Championship game they got to with Brock Purdy. So it's not just is Lamar Jackson better than Brock Purdy. That's a whole different question. Is Lamar Jackson and I don't know, 45 million more?
And minus if it's Ayuk or whatever trade, you kind of losing that as well, better than what you have now.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's what you're able, if it is Trey Lance or it is Brock Purdy, you have this built-in advantage over almost every team where you can be a super team. You can afford to do it because you're not paying your quarterback 30, 40, $50 million. Brock Purdy last year. So here's the deal. Let's say Lamar, let's split the middle. Let's say Lamar Jackson's $45 million. Okay. So Jason, what could you get for $44,200,000? Because Brock Purdy made $870,000 last year.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? That's 2, maybe 3 Pro Bowlers, maybe 2. That's a lot of secondary line.
Yeah, exactly. Positions of need, filling gaps that might make the totality of the team better. Where quarterback play was more than sufficient, it might get elevated.
Yeah.
But you also might thin that out. I mean, there is, Lamar Jackson has missed some games the last couple of years, and if you get him hurt, oh man.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Now, if Lamar Jackson would just sign a contract that only paid him for games he played in, now we're talking.
Right.
But even then, we don't know that Lamar, I like Lamar Jackson. I go back and forth with my guy on the text line all the time about him, but I haven't seen Lamar Jackson win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Lamar Jackson be in a Super Bowl. So I also don't know. It's almost an afterthought, Jason, but you really ready to throw the towel on Trey Lance with everything you gave up on the guy and the fact that he hasn't really gotten a fair shake?
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think they are.
No. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I think people are leaning right now more towards Trey Lance isn't the guy. But based on what? He got no playing time behind Jimmy G in the first year, and then he broke his foot in game 1 of the second year.
Well, I think he's barring a move like this, which I don't think the Niners would do, but he's going to get every chance to prove that he still is the guy because I don't think Purdy's going to be ready.
That might make their decision a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Trey Lance comes in and does really well, and then what do you do?
Right.
And on and on and on and on and on. We'll take a break. Let's get to the Kings. Dare I say, the number 2 seed, Sacramento Kings. And just so you know, we do try to backfill if we're going to talk about sports. There is a method to the madness, the other stuff, because the next 2 hours, 20 minutes are almost entirely Kings. Katie at 8 o'clock, Kenny Thomas at 9 o'clock, Matt Barnes at 9:27. And coming up next, has De'Aaron Fox had the best or biggest, I should say, 180 in Sacramento Kings history. We'll explain next.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender. In the paint. Soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento. It's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Near the banks of the Sacramento River, Perry Dye of the famous Dye family of golf architects designed Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course as Sacramento's #1 course for fun. Dye's design and mixture of holes assures players of a fun-filled day with friends. Bartley Kavanaugh's moderately sized greens and generous fairway landing areas make for an affordable and fun round of golf. After golf, relax on the outdoor veranda with a cold beverage or a tasty meal. For tee times, visit BartleyKavanaugh.com. It's Sacramento's #1 course for fun.
The clock is ticking. Get off the bench and head down to Fasteners Tool Outlet, where you'll find the lowest prices on Milwaukee power tools and so much more. Why pay more at a big box store? Get a triple-double at Fasteners Tool Outlet with weekly and monthly offers, including up to 50% off select hand tools, batteries, power tools, and fasteners. Whether you're looking for a Festool sander, a Saw's top table saw, or a Milwaukee impact driver, Fasteners Tool Outlet has the tools you need to do the job. Make a slam dunk with Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Power End Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, Maria in Miami, and Jules in Troy, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with high-quality supplies for every industry, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you are like the thousands of people that take advantage of March for replacing your heating and cooling system, then this message is for you. Hi, I'm Mario, owner of Attic Man Heating and Air, and March is the most popular month for replacing old, inefficient heating and cooling systems because of milder temperatures and end-of-winter rebates. If you've even contemplating replacing your old AC system, act now. Take advantage up to 5 years of interest-free financing and 10-year warranties. I know, it sounds way too good to be true, but it is true. 10 years of worry-free operation, but you have to book online today at atticmanhvac.com. Attic Man Heating and Air.
Founded in Northern Ireland, PRG has grown from humble beginnings to become the top brand in custom golf accessories for most of the world's top 100 golf courses. PRG offers original designs as well as Arnold Palmer, Folds of Honor, collegiate license, and Major League Baseball product designs. PRG is the official supplier of the Ryder Cup. PRG is available at major golf shops, or PRG makes it easy to purchase directly for your individual use at prg-golf.com. prg-golf.com. Thousands of years ago, ancient civilizations used leather for water skins, armor, and sandals. Hi, this is Franklin Rosa with a word about Nature Wood Home Furnishings. Today, leather is one of nature's most luxurious products. The combination of leather with beautifully designed furniture creates an end product that adds luxury and sophistication to any room. During Naturewood Home Furnishings leather sale, you'll find their considerable selection of leather is flexible, breathable, natural, and maybe most important, comfortable. Whether you're a relaxed contemporary kind of person or you're more classic leather, Naturewood Home Furnishings has color choices and styles to fit your home. In fact, I doubt any store can beat Naturewood's selection. During Naturewood's leather sale, all leather furniture is on sale for a limited time. Sit. Enjoy the comfort of leather at Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Well, it's not a Tuesday, which we know that can be the trap sometimes.
Oh, it'll be something just
helping with the rain. boxes.
Yeah, he's helping. He's actually helping the rain come down from the sky. The rain talked to him.
Yes.
Oh, you know what I've noticed about Dave? He doesn't like to disappoint people.
Mm-hmm.
So like
He's a people pleaser.
Yeah, he's a people pleaser. So like he'll never tell a salesperson like, hey, sorry, can't have this conversation right now. I got to get back on the air. Like, he just won't do it. I don't know why. I have no problem doing it.
I close the door.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let's see what we've concluded on this one.
You just lost in celebrity birthdays.
Stop being so polite.
I told you. I 100% called it.
He did.
You knew what I was doing.
Well, we knew you were helping somebody with something.
It's raining.
Perfect.
We both got it.
We nailed it.
You held the door open. You brought somebody in. You held an umbrella.
Yes, all three.
Okay.
I held the umbrella. I let somebody in, and the other thing you said too. You know, not that I have a radio show I'm supposed to be doing.
No, but I was just saying, like, you're such a people pleaser. Like, you'll never tell whoever that is, like, hey, hurry up, I got to get back on the air.
That's so rude. I know. First off, that would be the right and professional thing to do. I fully admit it. 100% admit that. But I'm also the guy that, like, if I see somebody coming towards me in the elevator, like, I hit the button to keep the door open.
That's fine.
It's a race to close that thing.
Well, I know.
Close.
I know, and that's how.
No, that's totally fine because unless you're in a hurry.
That's what I'm. But even, dude, I'm just.
You're a people pleaser. It's fine.
I really believe in karma.
There's no karma in, hey, I got to get back on the air. I have a job.
But don't you think that's kind of rude?
No. You're doing it for if you had nowhere to be and you just closed the door,
right.
That's rude.
Yeah.
But you are timed. If that person walking in does not fall within the correct time frame, I'm sorry, it's on them. There's nothing rude about it. You got a job. You got a family to feed, David.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got solitaire to pay for.
Right. We used the legal name. What was I just saying before the break I wanted to talk about when we got off the air? Didn't I say something to you? I was like, oh, God. Oh, that's what it is. As we get to De'Aaron Fox, I got to throw this out there. Please tell me you guys saw the Redfin listing I put out yesterday. A lot of people did. Did you see the house that's for sale?
Yes.
No.
The Bagley estate.
The Bagley estate is for sale. And the reason I know it's the Bagley estate is because one of the pictures when you scroll through is the Team Bagley scoreboard that they have. Yes, the Team Bagley scoreboard. Now, somebody brought up a great idea, which was, first off, it's listed for $2 million.
That's it.
You know, it's funny you say that because I don't have $2 million, but
people that do.
That was honestly my thought. Like, I'm no real estate expert, but I also kind of felt like $2 million was, it seems on the cheap side. Now, it's in Elk Grove, and I don't know.
Oh, that's why.
I don't know Elk Grove that.
You know what? That's why Marvin's career never flourished here. He lived in Elk Grove.
Oh, hey, hold on. Breaking news. You got to give me the breaking news button, please. This is huge. Oh, my goodness.
When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sactown Sports breaking news.
I said it was listed for $2 million. They've dropped it $5,000. It's now on the market for $1.995 million.
No, I'm in.
That's one of those things where it's like, hey, come on in and get the thing for $4.99. Dude, just say $5.
Right.
At that point, are you really worried about $5,000? Jay, it's 9 bedrooms, 8.5 bathrooms. Okay.
Is it close to the Applebee's?
6,800 square feet. And there's 2 acres. There's 2 residences. There's the main one, which is 4,500 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. And then the second home, 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. You got a full court basketball, NBA regulation basketball court.
That was Luca's home.
It has bleachers and a scoreboard. You have a grill with a TV built in a tree.
Scoreboard probably didn't get much use, did it?
You have 3 outdoor bars, a movie theater inside the home.
I bet that got a lot of use.
Livestock space.
Yes, it's Elk Grove.
3 entry gates and more. Now, just
where's the medical tent?
It's my favorite thing when Race and Joss makes an appearance. End there.
I think
we can't. No. There's no moving on from that one.
We can get all of our YouTube. We got a lot of people on today. We can all contribute and buy it for the show.
Somebody actually had an idea. They said, "Hey, could we get maybe 26 of us to go in on this thing, which is about $75,000 a piece, and you get it 2 weeks out of the year?"
Why not? There is 8.5 bathrooms,
but it does say that it will not pass inspection because it doesn't pass at all anything.
Well, then at that price, it's a bust.
By the way, to get there, you have to just constantly turn left.
It's a super house, but it's young.
Right. That's it.
I mean, he killed it at medical tech,
but then he had more.
Yeah, he had more.
De'Aaron Fox.
Dare I say not a bust? It also does not live in Elk Grove.
De'Aaron Fox was never thought of as a bust, per se.
No.
But the question posed here is, has he done the biggest turnaround? Not necessarily just his game, because his game was fine, but fans and media over a 1 year span. Now, I know there's people immediately getting triggered right now, and calm down. No, sir, not you. I know you were on board with De'Aaron the whole time. Ma'am, no, ma'am, I hear you too.
Yeah, in the back.
I understand you also were ride or die with De'Aaron Fox. But the prevailing thought from most of the media and most of the fans, myself included, I will wear that all day long, right around this time last year, was the backcourt is crowded, the team is imbalanced, somebody had to go. I've often said every day De'Aaron Fox is on the Kings is an indictment on this front office. You gotta trade him because this team is imbalanced. You have to find something in the front court, because that's what I thought it was going to be. I think everybody was like that. I thought it was going to be a Fox for Sabonis type. And that was not something, thank God, that was not something the Pacers were going to go for.
Yeah.
I think there's still people out there right now that if they had their druthers, and I actually think that's an interesting poll question. I'm not even going to put the poll question out because it'll trigger too many people, but I honestly would like to know what percentage of Kings fans today with the number 2 seed would, if they could go back, if you said you can go back in time and you can make that trade from last year, but it's Fox instead of Halliburton. Now take age, contract, take everything into equation. That's fair. I honestly wonder I think it would be a more than significant percentage of people that would still say, I'll keep Halliburton.
Really?
I think the thought process, and by the way, this is almost zero to do with De'Aaron. This is not anything close to an indictment on De'Aaron. I'm just saying I think that crowd's thought process would be, well, they're both all-stars.
Yeah.
But we have Tyrese Halliburton under team control for a while at a much lower salary. So even if they're a wash, and I don't know how many fans would think they're washes, but Tyrese was an all-star at a much younger age. So we get more money to play with and blah, blah, blah. That's what I think. But I still think it would probably be 70-30, 80-20 would rather have Fox. Now, Jason, I'm telling you, and you know this time last year, put that same poll question out, it's like 95-5 they'd rather trade De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, and I think part of that, though, I think there's always, this is my opinion, and this would be more of, I would need the people who are in these polls to share their opinion.
Yeah.
It was that phenomenon that we've talked about that, when you're in 16-year drought, it's who's the longest tenured player here? And then it's Fox didn't get venom, but it was like Buddy Hield got that.
Yes.
And DeMarcus at some point,
and
Rudy Gay, and just like people that are good. There were good players on this team. It's like, yeah, but they're not winning. I don't care. I'm done with this player. I'm done with Willie Cauley-Stein. I'm done with said player. Whatever it was, there was always a player that you wanted to throw some of your blame at. And De'Aaron's a high lottery pick. He's been really good, but wasn't translating at that time to as many wins as, why is Jason Tatum winning all the time now? And why is other people in his draft class winning more than him? Well, that feels like that's all long gone. And now everybody, because of the way they're winning, the way he's playing, still great, if not better, everybody seems to love him.
And going into last year, the narrative I actually was not enjoying, but I thought was pretty close, is De'Aaron Fox the Kings version of Monte Ellis with the Warriors. Incredibly popular, incredibly loyal to the city for a very bad team for years. and an incredibly unpopular trade when Monte Ellis was traded,
right,
but ended up obviously doing really well for the Warriors. And their numbers were almost exactly the same for their careers. I mean, scarily similar numbers between Monte Ellis and De'Aaron Fox. Fox has taken it to a whole different level, and this is something that almost never happens. You almost never see the player toil with the same team for years, and then they're the star that helps them get to the playoffs. It's awesome that it's happened because he's always been down for Sacramento. And honestly, we made this comparison earlier from 50,000 feet. Going back down, if the Sacramento Kings are the close to equivalent of the number 2 seed Phoenix Suns from a few years ago, well, then De'Aaron Fox would have to be Devin Booker, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty close to that.
Yeah.
Because Booker went through a few years of crap before all this happened. Seems like Fox is on the same wavelength, and I know a lot of us could not be happier. We will take a break. When we return, Kayte Christensen on Analyst Wednesday. Kayte Christensen, Kenny Thomas at 9, Matt Barnes at 9:27, but Katie next right here on Sactown Sports.
You wanted more Niners? Sactown Sports delivered in the biggest way. Catch every Niners game right here on the new home for 49ers football in Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're off to a wet start out there. Plan for a soggy morning commute, but by the afternoon, we're looking at mainly sunny skies with temperatures today in the mid-50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
The wait is over. Folsom Lake Honda is loaded with new Hondas ready to sell now. Over 35 Civics, over 30 Accords, over 50 trucks and SUVs, Ridgelines, Pilot, CRVs, including hybrids, and low interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. CLR specials, apply for financing, and value your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda. Your one-stop Honda shop.
Your insurance company has an adjuster, shouldn't you? Call 888-GREENSPAN. They handle major insured claims from collapsed and falling trees. They represent you, not your insurance company. When you go to court, you take a lawyer. When you have a claim, engage a private adjuster to level the playing field. Receive correct and fair insurance claim settlements for property damage. Call 888-GREENSPAN today. That's 888-473-6277. California DOI license number 2E11301. Folks, there's a fast break with the game on the line. He dribbles down the court, passes ahead for the alley-oop, and it's caught for a slam dunk.
Do you need an assist? Regain and optimize your performance. See what Pacific Men's Clinic can do to make your love life the best it can be. Pacific Men's Clinic's safe and pain-free, clinically proven procedure breaks up plaque and stimulates the growth of healthy new blood vessels. Call for your free consultation now at 916-545-7577. That's 916-545-7577.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all 4 arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be be precisely fit with the art supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet art supports are only available at the Good Feet store. Visit the Good Feet store now for a free personalized art support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
KH2KAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Sacramento Kings sit in the number 2 seed in the Western Conference this morning after getting some unexpected help from an unexpected ally in the Los Angeles Lakers, who took out the Memphis Grizzlies last night.
Friday, Toronto. This game is OVER.
Of course, we'll have all your Kings coverage this morning as color analyst Kayte Christensen joins us at 8 a.m. Former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas joins us at 9. And another former King and current analyst Matt Barnes joins us at 9:27 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. The Baltimore Ravens have put the non-exclusive franchise tag on quarterback Lamar Jackson. You can read more about that story now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone. When he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song. And when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Telling Jason I was doing my hall walking, and I hear one of our dear friends on the music site say, "Hey, did you hear?" You know what? I'm afraid that I'll give something away I shouldn't, but a prominent basketball coach is retiring. They use the last name. I'm like, wait, what? Is this one of those things I just missed? So I spend the whole break. I'm looking up, like, oh my God, is this person retired? I can't find it anywhere. Turns out it's a somebody in the music business with the same last name. I'm sitting here going,
foiled.
Belichick's retiring? You know, it's pretty much kind of like that. So Lydia says the Kings won the trade for Sabonis. Well, jury's still out. By the way, either it's a tie or the jury's still out. Like, I'm not ready to do victory laps on that.
That's a long time for this jury.
Like, I can't imagine a world where Domantas Sabonis doesn't re-sign with the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
But what if he didn't re-sign with the Kings?
Right.
We're going to look a lot different at that trade. I don't know, but as a Kings fan, I don't like doing the victory laps.
Here's how you know both teams like it. If you offer the trade today, both of them say no.
Neither one.
They don't want to trade it back.
Because
they like what they've got.
Joining us right now. Well, I know she's not going to be on video. Finding that out. Also, I think this is her way of calling me back, and that works. 8:01 the following morning. The one, the only analyst on an Analyst Wednesday for your Sacramento Kings, Kayte Christensen. Good morning, Kayte.
Well, good morning, David. Thank you for putting all of our dirty laundry out there.
It's okay. It's just still waiting. That's fine. I'll wait till later.
I had the victory lap with my entire family on the phone last night, so we got squeezed out of the order. I'm sorry.
Just so you know, Kayte, I won't give too much away, but Kayte has a call rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm somewhere, I think, and there's power rankings each week.
Well, you're like a bench player. You got to stay ready.
I get it. So I'm like generally between 7th and 8th.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's her dad, it's her sister, it's her niece, nephew, cousins, brother, former roommate.
Whatever.
The llama.
So dramatic,
they have a
David.
llama. They have a horse.
Hey, you're on the list.
Yeah, I am on the list. Just here's the thing. When Kayte says, and I quote, call you right back after she sends you the voicemail, don't sit there cross-legged facing the wall telling everybody to leave you alone, waiting for hours for her to call back, only to be disappointed.
Well, don't feel badly if she did call me yesterday.
She did? Okay.
Yes,
So
sorry about
I've
that.
slipped down to number 9. That's fine. Kayte, Marvin.
How about them Kings?
Marvin Bagley's house is up for sale in Elk Grove for a cool $1.995 million. It's 9 bedrooms, 8 baths, comes with a full court, NBA style court with a scoreboard and bleachers and a theater. Will you be bidding on it?
I wish I had that kind of money. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in short of that, then can we at least say you're happy this morning waking up with your Sacramento Kings as the number 2 seed?
I know. How wild is that?
Yeah.
When I saw that yesterday, I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Yeah, I can say I'm pretty happy about it.
And this has been, I mean, honestly, Katie, it's been a great year. We all know that. What they've done offensively has been stunning. But the fact that they're all the way up to number 2, and they've been the 3 seed for, I think it's 40-something days. So it's obviously they've been consistent. I think everybody's waiting for, but look at this now stretch, or this 5-game road trip, or this kind of thing. I feel like people still to this point aren't fully believing. What is your belief on the level of quality that this team is playing at right now?
Well, I think that they've been, extremely consistent as you said. And when you look at kind of, the road record, to me is a big one that kind of shows, where this team is at, because to be able to win on the road, and you look at teams that really have struggled like Golden State, it's kind of, mind boggling what's going on there. So my believability, I guess, with this team is I believe that have the potential to finish like a top 4 for sure, even with how tough their schedule is down the stretch. I mean, obviously they've got Phoenix coming up. The game against the Knicks tomorrow is going to be really tough. They've got a tough schedule ahead of them, but like seeing how they have responded and how they play teams, especially the second time around, like they did not play well against the Knicks in New York.
No.
So I'm really looking forward to that game tomorrow. And it's a TNT game, and we saw how they came out against the Nets on the last TNT game that they have. Like, I think that this team is legit. I also think this team has gotten really lucky in terms of being healthy, right? And I think that that's something that everyone needs to really, like, factor into it as well. You look at what Golden State, Phoenix, you can go down the list of people that have had long injuries to key players. And the Kings, despite the fact that Domas had the broken thumb and has played through it, they really haven't had very many, games missed by players. And that really factors into where they are right now in the standings.
Sometimes in baseball, I remember this with my Giants a few years back, on paper, they were fine. Yet they won more games than any team in the history of the Giants, going all the way back to New York, including multiple championships, had won. And it's because it seemed like everything went right. Everybody had a career year. Everybody, for the most part, stayed healthy. I'm not trying to disrespect the Kings' talent level per se, but has this shaped up so far, to your point, where it's like pretty much everything has gone right, including Domantas Sabonis playing at an MVP level with a broken thumb? Everything has gone right for the Kings this year for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it really has. Keegan, I don't think anyone expected for him to come out as a rookie and really play the way that he has. Like, I'm like pleasantly surprised that he just continues to get better and better. And like, every time that Mike Brown challenges him to, add another element to his game, to focus on it, he immediately does it and incorporates it into the game. And, Kevin has played really well the last 4 or 5 games now. You can kind of go down the list of guys. Trey Lyles is playing incredibly well. Like, you can just go down the list of guys that really are having great seasons overall. And it all factors into kind of, it's kind of like a perfect storm of everyone just being healthy and having huge kind of career-like years. And it factors into it 100%.
Anytime they don't miss a lot of games, but they missed De'Aaron Fox the other night. But that was one of the better performances, I thought, Katie, from Davion. Just looked more comfortable. We know he's going to defend every night. That's just in his DNA. But the way he ran the team, the way he shot the ball, looked like he just had more confidence than we've seen in a while. What did you see from Davion in his last start there?
He was brilliant. I mean, everything about it. How he defended, how he, played on the offensive side. Mike Brown talking after the game about he called him off a couple plays, like Mike was calling out some offensive sets and Davion called him off and ran something else and made the right call, he said, So to me, Davion has struggled this year because I don't know that he quite knows where he fits in and what he's supposed to do offensively when he's out there. And I think that when he takes shots and maybe he misses the first one, he might not take another shot the rest of the game. But when he takes his first shot and he makes it, when you look at the stats, he's way more likely to take multiple shots and have a really good game, right? But it's like a confidence thing. And I've been really trying to figure it out all year, what's going on with Davion on the offensive end, because on the defensive end, he's just been, fantastic, and we expect that. But he was really good last year as a starter when De'Aaron was out, and I think it was like 18 or 19 games. I think it was 19 games, and he averaged 18 points a game, and he shot the ball well. Like, he was so much more aggressive offensively last year, and I've been trying to figure out what's going on. But I was pleasantly surprised in this game for two reasons. Not even just, without De'Aaron, the way the team looked in Oklahoma City without De'Aaron kind of frightened me a little bit, right? And so they looked completely organized. They looked like they weren't missing a beat, without him. And so that was really promising. But the way Davion came out again and played in the starting lineup was like, okay, he's starting to gain that confidence. And I know it's there because I've gone to practice. I've watched how he plays in practice. I've watched how he shoots the ball, and it's there. And then it doesn't come about in games. So I'm glad that he was aggressive on that end and gaining that confidence.
I mean, we talked about that before, Katie, on the show together, that you look at Davion and he looks like a guy that can, not going to be a 30-point scorer every night, but his mechanics, the way he shoots the ball, that beautiful rainbow, this doesn't look like a guy that's going to be going, 5 of 12 for his entire career. It's just practice versus games, it seems.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things that I've always, because I kind of nerd out on the mechanics of these guys' shots, and before games, I'll sit there and I'll watch them when they're going through their shooting routine and watch their body mechanics from basically from the floor up as they get into their shot. And Davion has great mechanics, like his base, how he sets his feet, like everything is perfection. Like he's very fundamental in terms of his shot, his stance, all of it, how he gets into it. So it's there. It's just, that's why I've been trying to kind of figure out this year, what it is. He looks better than he did last year. He's made improvements to his 3-point shot. He came out in the preseason, and I know it's only preseason, but he shot 60% from 3 in the preseason, and he took a high volume. And so then when, the regular season started, it was just a kind of puzzling to me, what was going on, and the numbers dropped, and he wasn't shooting the ball well anymore. And I'm like, okay, this is really, to me, it's a mental thing. But when you look at his mechanics, they really are quite beautiful, getting into his shot.
All right, that's Kayte Christensen on an Analyst Wednesday. Kenny Thomas at 9, Matt Barnes at 9:27. Wow. But they'll both be, by the way, calling in via video. What do you say?
I'm really glad that I'm on your show weekly, and now that your show goes another extra hour, that you've left me at 8 a.m. on my days off. I just want to say that, and that you're letting all these other guys come on at like 9, 9:20.
You want to move to later? We'll move you later. Does that mean we can get you on camera like everyone else? Yes, Jay. Jay Mars in the back.
Oh, I was going to save this for you.
What?
Katie, the 8 o'clock segment is actually a more listened to segment in this hour. So we save our best,
radio. I know.
As you know, the 8 o'clock segment is for A talent, but yet we still have you on. So, wow. Hey, I'll call you later, Katie.
Yeah, I'll wait by my phone.
Talk to you later. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Enjoy your day off. Bye. Enjoy your day off of doing 700 things around the house.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow it's national TV as well. No game for her.
That's right. She's got, what is she off until Saturday? And I'm sure she'll be sitting around doing nothing and relaxing.
Yeah,
and
that sounds like her.
We'll take a break when we come back. Oh, we've got a first look at the Kings and the Knicks and so much more in a conversation going on the chat line about are the Kings lucky or just better prepared health-wise? We might get into that too next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
How do you pick the golf balls you play? Is it by price? Or do you play the ball your favorite player uses? Golf balls come in many different designs and materials, and some are suited for your game, while others might make it tougher on you. Srixon recognizes some of us want a longer ball, while others are looking for a ball that spins. That's why they've created their custom ball fitter online. A series of questions about you and your game will result in a recommendation that should work well for you. The fitter suggested the Z-Star ball for me based on my swing speed, length off the tee, importance of spin to my game, and more. The Z-Star is a low compression ball with an extremely soft feel. I like the feel around the greens and off the putter, and it's still pretty long off the tee. For swing speeds over 100 miles an hour, the Z-Star X would be your choice. Both balls were rated maximum 5 stars in the 2022 Golf Digest Hot List for performance, innovation, and feel. Check it out at Srixon.com or look for them at your local pro shop. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
That's fine. Matt Barnes at 9:27, Kenny Thomas at 9. Be interesting to go over a lot of different things, including with Matt. We're going to talk to him. We're going to talk to him about the John Morant situation, amongst other things. I see Chris Rillard in the other room getting ready for Deuce and Mo and everything. I want to say this because I'll say it without him here. I want to say it with him here. Chris Rillard's like literally the worst person on Twitter. Like if I had to rank the people I dislike the most on Twitter, I think Chris would be number one. Chris sits there and waits. And I feel like he's at home and he has 7 screens in front of him. And he just waits for someone, usually me, to say something.
Usually is that why this?
But it's not just me. Or an innuendo. And then he pounces.
Well, it's a good thing he doesn't do that like with any audio or anything we
have
ever said here. Yeah.
He just pounces. And for some reason in my head, every single time I read one of his tweets, like he was tweeting at me yesterday because I said, hey, you know what? That show, The Newsroom, I'm watching that.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew when I typed it, he was going to show up in the I knew he was going to show up in the comments. And every time I read one of his tweets, I read it like this. And then an emoji.
Okay.
And then a clip from something. He's just waiting. He never shows up. He's like, yeah, you know what? I do think Fox is having a great year this year. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it'll be great.
Excellent point.
Excellent. But no, it's always something. That's fine. It's been doing that for a long time now. 1-800-920-1140. 916-339-1140. Folks on the chat line are taking issue with the idea that the Kings have been lucky with the injury bug this year. And I don't even really like talking too much about this because, jinxes and stuff.
Right.
Lydia says the Kings are better prepared, not lucky. I shouldn't do that in a voice. I'm sorry. Lydia says the Kings are better prepared, not lucky. Little brother 45, and again, thank you to everybody in the chat, says something very similar, that the Kings are here's Javier. I'm personally tired of people saying the Kings have been lucky on the injury side. How about our team and players have been taking care of their bodies just like they're supposed to? Here's the problem with that, guys. And I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I truly do. But
LeBron's not, who spends more. Steph Curry didn't.
Right. The implication there is that other players are not taking care of their bodies. But the even worse implication is, so last year when De'Aaron missed all that time, he just didn't care.
Right.
Was he sitting back eating Fritos, getting fat?
Well,
playing video games.
We had some fun at his expense earlier, but honestly, I think Marvin Bagley's had rotten luck.
I honestly
think he's had rotten luck.
Now, the Bagleys of the world, the Anthony Davises of the world, obviously the Jonathan Isaacs of the world is probably the worst. There are people that are more injury prone than others. That's 100% true. But if you don't think luck factors in to injuries, then you've never seen a player come down on another player trying to block a shot and land on his wrist and break the wrist. Or you've never seen somebody's foot hit the ground when there's a wet spot there that the people didn't clean up and shred their MCL, or land on somebody's foot and high ankle sprain their ankle, or God knows how many other examples where it's like, dude, no amount of preparation is going to help you avoid this.
Right. And I think there's that. There's the other element that I think is where the Kings have benefited. And because of their, I don't think we're going to see, this is probably the best way I can phrase it, Dave. I don't think, we're assuming this is going to end up as a postseason year. I think it's pretty good condition that they will.
Yeah.
I don't know how far they're going to go. But I don't know in next year, the year after, however long, whatever kind of run they're on, I don't know that they're going to have a more healthy, a healthier, or a more regular season driven season than this.
I completely agree.
So let's just imagine.
Enjoy it.
I'm going to say they're going to finish fourth, just for sake of argument, and lose in the first round. Doesn't even matter. Next year already, you're going to think, well, they would have had home court. They would have done a lot of things. Like, what are you playing for next year with the exception of trying to be a higher seed and advance next year in the postseason?
Right.
I don't think they'll be as driven in the regular season because now they've tasted it, assuming they get there.
Sure.
That's what, do the Warriors want to win every game? Sure. But now they're just like, just get us in.
Right.
Just get us in.
Give us chip in the chair.
Lakers just want in.
Yeah.
These other teams have been through different things than this Kings team has. So this year, they are so driven in the regular season to the point where, let's say next year, maybe you would see a game where, like, you know what, we're going to sit Sabonis tonight. Just because, they've played 4 and 7 nights. There's 4 days off after this.
Sure.
Coach Brown made the decision to sit him. Well, they're chasing a goal, a pretty strong goal that they're really tracking. I just think this is the year with health and the drive to win as many regular season games. This is about the strongest we're going to see that.
Also, no load managing.
None.
So it's not like you can put it on that.
None.
That would be a thing where if there was load management here and there, I'd be like, oh, Coach Brown's they're really doing well with it. No, it's just with the exception of Sabonis, they've been incredibly healthy.
Yeah, which you could argue maybe the other night was load management with Fox. I
Sure.
They said if it was playoff game, he plays. Well, he also was banged up. So that's more of but sometimes guys literally like, hey, they played last night. They're not playing tonight, but then they play the very next game. That to me is load management.
I've also just realized, by the way, that the 49ers are incredibly unprepared and do not take care of their bodies. Right. And I need to talk to them about
Or it's football and it's a brutal sport.
Okay. I blame everyone on the chat line for talking about this. If something happens, I'm going to knock on wood.
Yeah.
There's salt over the shoulder. And I'm going to tap the UC Davis helmet. Because this is just a bad... well, if it's not luck, then what do we care about talking about it, right? If it's not luck, then we can talk about it all day long. Not luck. No such thing as luck. It's they're
good
eating,
fortune.
They're eating their Cheerios. Yeah, Martin, all Kings fans are traumatized. Yes, that is the truest thing that is said. If you're not traumatized, then God bless you. Kings-Knicks.
Yeah. I can't help but wonder if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I actually didn't like the fact that the Knicks lost last night.
I saw that too. And yeah, see, again, that's kind of the trauma. I don't know if it's trauma or not, but the way I think about that stuff, I'm like, yeah, because I'd rather them have kept winning because then it's like, well, they're due.
That and just, I think, to me, it's like the Kings are a good team. When a good team loses 1, loses 2, generally it's the redirect. What did they do wrong the last 2 games? Defense or not make their shots or something that they are more laser focused the next game.
Yeah, and now they're going to be angry. Now they're going to want. Yeah. Honestly, though, when it comes down to it, whether they win or lose, if that makes a difference in the Knicks beating the Kings, then the Kings shouldn't have won.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if you're,
that's not the difference.
You're a better team. You're a better team. We'll take a break. When we come back, by the way, national TV audience, second time this season. Fox should return, and this will not be the last national TV game for the Sacramento Kings. Assuming they make the playoffs. We'll take a break. When we come back, we've got magic numbers. We've got
these magic numbers. When your team is close to mine, won't last forever unless this Kings season doesn't end on time.
We'll be back after this.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're off to a wet start out there. Plan for a soggy morning commute, but by the afternoon, we're looking at mainly sunny skies with temperatures today in the mid-50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Treat yourself to a new car in the new year. Shop Folsom Lake Kia for your favorite Kia model. Low interest rates, low payments, even zero down deals with approved credit. Over 20 years right here in Sacramento. That's Folsom Lake Kia.
All right, class. It's the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship. Welcome to Fandom 101. Here's your assignment. Lesson 1, go big for every bucket. 2, work together. And 3, attendance is encouraged, but passion is mandatory. The NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship, first and second rounds, March 16th and 18th at the Golden One Center in Sacramento, California. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets. Class dismissed.
You can stay warm and comfortable this winter. Take advantage of American Energy's $49 furnace tune-up today. Make sure your furnace is running efficiently and safely with their 30-point tune-up. That'll save you money in the long run and help prevent major repairs and replacements down the road. American Energy, as always, been in Sacramento since 1981. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Make the uncomfortable comfortable. And you tell me good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Hi guys, it's Mark with Coastside Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our WAVE technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but we'll also include something unique that produces powerful results. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
Hey Sacramento, the 2 days per week landscape watering schedule is back. Even numbered addresses water on Wednesday and Sunday. Odd numbers water Tuesday and Saturday. Learn more at cityofsacramento.org/drought.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Treat yourself to a new car in the new year. Shop Folsom Lake Kia for your favorite Kia model. Low interest rates, low payments, even zero down deals with approved credit. Over 20 years right here in Sacramento. That's Folsom Lake Kia.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Sacramento Kings sit in the number 2 seed in the Western Conference this morning after getting some unexpected help from an unexpected ally in the Los Angeles Lakers, who took out the Memphis Grizzlies last night.
This game is OPER.
Our Kings coverage continues this morning with former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas coming up at 9 a.m. and another former King and current analyst Matt Barnes coming up at 9:27 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. The Baltimore Ravens have put the non-exclusive franchise tag on quarterback Lamar Jackson. You can read more about that story now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sactown Sports.
Problem whenever I argue with Chris is it's not even fun because I always win.
Is that how that goes?
Mm-hmm. All he does is say, good points. Well, one of us does. I'm watching The Newsroom again on HBO. He has a problem with that. I don't think he has a problem with that. He just disagrees with it. Everybody should watch The Newsroom. Shut up, Jay. I know you're on his side, too. Welcome back. We have, I don't even want to say it.
Say it. It's time.
You should also watch Angels in the Outfield on how to make your team if they're like not winning at the break. How to make
both
them
of you
better.
deserve each other. You guys should move in together and get an apartment. And you guys just sit there and snark at each. You can just snark at the world all day long. Anybody
Have you seen Air Bud?
Everybody has a pure thought.
Like, why haven't the Pistons signed Air Bud?
And you just drag them. Oh, you know what? I wish newsrooms operate. Oh, do you? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Well, I just wish that, they cared more about. Oh, yeah? What about that Coldplay song? Meh. That's what I get, Jason. That's why you and I get these guys in there are just snarky and Snarkerton Jr.
I'm not really snarky.
It's a little snarky.
I have thoughts.
We have magic numbers brought to you by Jason Ross. We're also going to get to standing. I know. See, I don't know.
I was waiting for it.
But sometimes he plays it and sometimes he doesn't. So
Yeah.
I flinched.
These magic numbers, when your team is close to mine, won't last forever unless this King season doesn't end on time.
And our text line says, when you play that song, These Magic Numbers, I think it's Jay Mars singing it every time. LOL. Does sound a lot like Jay, doesn't it?
No, it is the Drifters. I do sound a lot like them. It's hilarious that they made that.
Very similar, though.
Do you think that we commissioned somebody that sounds like Jay Mars to sing a song about these magic numbers and the Kings?
Where else did it come from?
I don't know.
Because they can't afford my talent fee.
Any
you know that.
Any chance it's Jay just auto-tuning?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't even know how to auto-tune.
Yeah. He was a music director, though.
Yes. So I can direct somebody to auto-tune, but I can't do it myself.
Why is it that we're doing magic numbers and standings watch, which are all like amazing things? But why is it becoming like a triggered thing where it's a negative thing? Like
It shouldn't be.
Two things
It should be all positive.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there should be like harps and stuff.
Yeah. The Kings are the 2 seed now.
Right.
I'm going to give you a magic number, Dave, for the first time that I haven't done yet.
Right.
Where they're the 2 seed.
What?
Yeah.
They're the 2 seed right now.
I know, but what that means, what the magic number is? It's not a good one.
Is it like 18 or something?
It is. It's 18. Kings have 18 games left to secure the 2 seed with no help from anyone else because they don't play Memphis again. They'd have to go 18-0. If they go 18-0,
they control their own destiny.
And Memphis goes 18-0, the Kings will be the 2 seed.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
I don't think either thing will happen.
Yes.
But that is what that signifies as that magic number.
The Sacramento Kings control their own destiny when it comes to the 2 seed.
Yeah. Now, here's where the numbers got better last night.
Okay.
The 3, trying to hold off Phoenix or it could end up being Memphis here. 16 is the magic number.
Okay.
Where it took a big drop is the 4 seed. So we're talking about home court. That's what a lot of people now feel like. If the Kings were to drop, don't you feel like the acceptable spot would be 4? As far as if it went past 4, it feels like 1, you didn't play as well. People caught you, like you're being more nervous going into the postseason, but you'd still have home court. For that magic number, it's now 13.
Okay.
So now you're talking about controlling your own destiny. If the Kings go 13-5, they're the 4 seed. At minimum, they're the 4 seed.
At minimum, in that scenario, the worst thing is that they host a playoff series.
Mm-hmm. And then if you keep going down the numbers, the 5 and 6 have the same magic number at 12. 7 is 11. 10, at 8 and 9, it's 10. And the play-in, the last spot of the play-in, it's all the way down to 9 right now. Kings just have to play 500 ball at this moment, but that's going to keep dropping.
I mean, they've got a brutal stretch coming up. They're in a situation right now, Jason, where honestly, if they went, I want them to go 3-0 in their next 3, but if they went 1-2, I'd be like, okay. I mean, like at least we got a win out of it.
Yeah,
and here we go.
And you're taking games away. You also have, again, last night, Memphis lost, the Warriors lost. The Jazz lost. Now, the Jazz aren't going to be in the conversation with the Kings, but these teams are playing each other every night. It's actually really nice when you do play the Eastern Conference, and if you can beat an Eastern Conference team, I know it doesn't impact your own direct standings, but you're knocking off a game, you're getting a win, hopefully, and while the other Western Conference teams are playing each other, you're guaranteeing a loss somewhere along the line there. So the Kings are in really good position, especially in that loss column.
By the way, New York, then at Phoenix, then home Milwaukee. We're talking like, this is a tough 3-game stretch. Chicago is playing better.
Mm-hmm.
They go on the road there. That's always a tough place to play. Brooklyn isn't a pushover. They're going to New York to play them. Washington beat us at Golden 1 earlier this year. Utah, couple of games, they escaped by the skin of their teeth. Home Boston, home Phoenix again. Like, it's not just these next 3 games.
Right.
This is a murderer's row of games for Sacramento, but you know what? It gets in shape. It's like a little training camp for the playoffs.
Well, that's it, but it's also like we're doing this looking at it that way, but what do you think the Knicks are thinking? When the season probably started, I don't know how far ahead they looked at their schedule, like, we'll get healthy out in Sacramento. I mean, they haven't been in the playoffs in 16 years. Well, now all of a sudden, wait, we're playing on their mind, they're playing the number 2 seed in the Western Conference.
That's right.
And that's what Phoenix is thinking, a team they're trying to catch, and that's what the Bucks are thinking. So the Kings have earned this so far this year, but they can even earn more. And I've been impressed these kind of test games the Kings have been in. I think they've done pretty well lately.
And you know what? There have been test games throughout the year.
Yeah.
And more often than not, I remember that home game against Cleveland back on November 9th. I very specifically remember sitting here saying, I hate this matchup on paper. This was when the first forays into Sabonis being that defensive big, anchoring the paint, all that. And Cleveland is big. They're tough. They're great defensively. And they beat them. And then they beat them again on the road. And then you had the Golden State game on November 13th. That was a big test. They beat them. There have been games that they have certainly dropped the ball, but then back-to-back at home against Denver, both great games. They lose the first, they win the second one by a point. I don't know what the record is, but I gotta think the Kings, when it comes to games that are like 1 point, 2 points, 3 points or less, they got to be at or near. It really does.
1 point. They're 5-0.
They're and I don't even know how many other teams, or if any other teams, have had 5 1-point games.
Right. And they're undefeated in overtime. Like, they've got a lot of things that they've been able to manage. I think back to this point now, we can't put ourselves emotionally to how we are feeling, but after the Kings had that long win streak, got to 10-6, they lost at Atlanta, lost at Boston, came home and lost to Phoenix. That's the only other time they lost 3 in a row, and you're probably thinking, man, when's the next win coming? They were then hosting Indiana. And at that time, that was Tyrese's return, Buddy Hield's return. Indiana was playing really well. They were going to the Clippers and then home for Chicago. It's like, and at Milwaukee after that. We might have been going, they might lose 10 in a row, 7 in a row here. What do they do? Respond with wins in Indiana, beat Indiana, beat the Clippers, beat Chicago before going to Milwaukee. Like, they have responded several times this year. Denver was here in that 2-game set. Look, Denver's really good. Denver won the first one. I don't know if they're going to. Kings won the second one.
Right.
Lose to Dallas the first time. Kings won the next one.
We said in that Denver game, by the way, remember we were saying if you were going to get Denver, it would have been in that first game.
Exactly.
They gave that away, and then they came back and won. Also, in what you were, to your point, they beat Indiana. They went and beat L.A., the Clippers in L.A., beat Chicago. They lost to Milwaukee, but then they went to Cleveland And that's when was that the one where they closed out 18-0 or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then played terribly against the Knicks, lost to Philly. It's like, are they going to win any more games? Beat Toronto and Detroit on the rest of the trip, go 3-3. And then they've done a really good job of stopping streaks. I mean, after that 4-gamer and 3-gamer, their longest losing streak has been 2. They really regroup well. And then they mix in 3 and 4 game win streaks. And, they've been pretty consistent. You have to be where they are right now in the standings.
Well, they were 20-18 after losing to the Lakers on January 7th. They are now 18-8 since then. And a lot of this was that, again, we looked at this and go, wow, there's some brutal games in here. There's some losses that they shouldn't have had, but there's also some wins in there they probably shouldn't have had either. So you're right. I mean, just stay consistent. I guess maybe weirdly enough, the good news is after the next game, the Kings play 5 of their next 6 on the road, which they have a better road record than a home record. So,
yeah.
Although I still refuse to believe, I'm sorry. That's just weird. That's like the whole injury thing. That's just some weird luck or unluck or something. I refuse to believe that's not a home court advantage for the Sacramento Kings. We'll take a break. When we come back, we got Kenny Thomas at 9:00, Matt Barnes at 9:27. But who's hot?
Oh.
Who's not? Ooh. We got a lot for you. Jay Mars does next.
Sactown Sports is your new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Let's go Niners! Yeah!
Debo,
10, Debo, touchdown!
McCaffrey.
I'm just proud to be a 49er.
CMC!
Mine! Kittle.
And it is caught by George Kittle again.
They all live here. Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
Thanks to the Xfinity 10G network, my little brother's friends won't leave our house. When I was their age, internet with basically no interruptions was a pipe dream. You sound like my grandpa.
Now through March 21st, new customers can get 1 gig internet on the Xfinity 10G network. It's just $30 a month for 2 years when you add mobile with unlimited data. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet Store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all 4 arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet Store. Visit the Good Feet Store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Coach Phil here for Kobex Construction in Roseville. So how did your roof fare in the recent storms? If there's signs of wear and tear, address it before the problem becomes bigger. Kobex Construction Group understands the importance of a strong, protective roof. The smallest leak can become the biggest problem. They provide homeowners with reliable roof repairs and replacements. Quality work and customer satisfaction is paramount to them. Get a new roof for 0 down and low monthly payments. Call 800-NEW-ROOF for a no-obligation quote or visit trustcobex.com. Kobex Construction in Roseville. Do it once, do it right.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. What's not? It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Hey! Who's hot?
Who, Jay? Who?
Oh, I think you guys know who. Those Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
They put a lot of effort in last night, and that effort got them up to number 2 in the Western Conference. First time the Kings have been number 2 in the West since Nom.
Well, they were
2003, maybe.
Yeah, Nom was around then.
Yes, 100%. Who's
that?
You know who else? Hey, you know who else is hot?
Oh, we can't play more?
Guess not.
The play-in Lakers. Yeah, they're number 9 seed now.
They are the number 9 seed. Who's not?
Oh, the Kings' opponents tomorrow night, the New York Knickerbockers,
Are not hot.
how are they not hot?
What?
Get this.
So
according to ESPN Analytics, the Knicks had a 90% chance to win last night against the Hornets.
Hey.
Had they won, that would have marked the 7th time in Knicks history they had won 10 consecutive games within a season. And in each of those seasons, the Knicks won at least one playoff series. They lost to the Hornets.
Oopsie.
Well, can't win them all.
Yeah.
You can try.
Kings are a bigger surprise than the Knicks, right?
Yes.
But these are probably the 2 biggest surprises in each conference.
I would say so.
I mean, we're not counting like the Brooklyn weird thing, right? Because that's just.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about good surprise.
Okay.
Last night, Pau Gasol. Oh, by the way, correction from earlier. They zoomed out. I guess I wasn't watching close enough. None of us were. Marc Gasol was there.
Yeah.
He was.
And another Gasol brother.
And a third Gasol brother.
Yeah, Sean.
Sean Gasol.
Yeah.
Not Billy.
Nope, Sean.
Pau Gasol talked about Kobe.
He definitely inspired me and showed me what it took to be the best player that you could be. The work ethic, the dedication, the mindset going into it. He challenged me to be better with his actions, with his work, but also he was very intentional with his actions and I was all the way in.
I don't know where do you rank Pau Gasol?
As far as
I don't know. Like when I think of Pau Gasol, I'm like, oh man, he was really good. But I don't.
You don't think of him as a Hall of Famer?
All
of good.
You know, honestly, yeah, I'm not. I really need to actually do a deep dive on Pau Gasol to make an informed decision. I'm just being honest.
No, I'm with you because I feel like someone could come, just like if you're making an argument for someone, you'll come up with all these stats to say this guy did this, he did this, he was the only one ever to do this. Maybe there's some of that, but I don't think of him as. I think of him as a really good player.
All right, so here's what I got for you. 2-time NBA champion, 6-time All-Star, 2-time second team, 2-time third team, rookie of the year, all rookie first team, blah, blah, blah. But 2-time FIBA European Player of the Year, Mr. Europa Player of the Year twice, Eurostar Player of the Year 4 times, FIBA World Cup MVP, and also, let's see, we got 2 silver medals and a bronze in the Olympics. See, I think Pau might make the Hall of Fame, but
because of the totality of his career.
The international version. Just if it was just NBA only, I think he's Hall of Good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like totally not me disrespecting him.
Right.
I'm trying to disrespect him all. As a matter of fact, it's so interesting how not only is Pau Gasol part of a dynasty, but that trade for Pau Gasol involving his own brother helped build a second dynasty.
Yeah. And I wonder too, not on the coattails of Kobe, because if you win a title, you win a title, and he was a big part of that. But had he gotten 2 titles, let's say in Memphis, I think maybe there's a different look to it. Because now if you just go to the Lakers lore, like centers, I mean, you got Kareem, Wilt, Shaq. Like where's I mean, he's sure. Howard. He's further down. Chris Mim. No, too far.
That's a little too far.
Chris Mim.
Yeah.
With the age.
weirdly, just he made 6 All-Star teams, right? How do you think those 6 were split amongst Memphis, the Lakers, and Chicago?
Oh, Chicago. Oh, he made one in Chicago,
No,
didn't he?
he made 2 in Chicago.
Really?
I just saw that. I was like, I do not remember that.
Bulls years.
So he had 06. He made it with the Grizz, right? 9, 10, 11 with the Lakers. And then 15 and 16 with the Bulls.
I had no recollection of him being an all-star with the Bulls.
I don't really remember him.
I don't remember
Chicago.
him with the Bulls at all.
He's a 2-time all-star there.
I do not remember him with the Bulls. By the way, his brother, 3-time NBA all-star and champion. I feel like I'm forgetting something here, but my question was going to be, are the Gasols the greatest NBA brothers to ever play? I feel like I'm missing an obvious one. I'm being vulnerable.
No,
here.
I think that's right.
Kelly.
No, I think that's actually obvious. I think it's harder to say who's second.
The Grants, Horace and Harvey,
Curry,
the Wilkins,
Currys, yeah,
Wilkins.
Gerald and Dominique, Steph and Seth,
Larry and Sue.
I mean, Seth and Steph, though, actually might.
Yeah. It's so heavy for one, but,
right.
you know.
Well, it's kind of like Tom Brady and I have combined for 7 Super Bowls or whatever it is.
Yeah,
you know?
it shouldn't count.
Anyways, congratulations to the Lakers on their big win last night. Huge Laker hive here.
The Morris brothers. Best twins ever.
How about the holidays?
Because there's 3.
Yeah.
Actually, the Grants are twins, aren't they?
Yes.
Horace and Harvey?
Yeah.
Are they better than the Morris twins?
Yes. I think so. Yes, because people sleep on Harvey Grant, dude. Harvey Grant had some really good years. What was it, the Bullets? Yeah, man. Harvey Grant wasn't no chump. Okay.
Well, then you have like the Zellers and the Plumleys, who I think have like 9
There's
apiece.
like 9 Plumleys.
Yeah.
Is there more? I think there's more Zellers than Plumleys, aren't there?
I don't think so.
There's at least 3 Plumleys.
Yeah.
There's at least 3 Zellers, I thought.
Can you name the Plumleys?
Miles, Mason.
Everyone always forgets this one.
Bryce.
No. Miles,
Mason, Patrick, Peter, Paul,
Powell Plumlee.
Is it another M?
It is.
Mason, Miles, and
Mark.
Scott.
Moke Plumlee?
Scotty the Body. Marshall Plumlee, yes. Marshall Plumlee.
You know, you could have just done that to me and it would have been a lot easier.
What?
Give them a name.
Marshall Plumlee sounds like they have like a Canadian Mountie hat. Oh, Marshall Plumlee here.
Yeah.
What else?
There's got to be someone else we're missing, I think, on this list.
Plumleys or Zellers?
No, of famous NBA.
You got Plumleys, Zellers. You got the Morai. You've got. I mean, our statement is this: the Gasols are the best.
Lopez.
Oh, Brooke and Robin.
Gasols are better than them.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think
good.
the Lopez's are on the Mount Rushmore.
Also twins.
Well,
okay, better twins. Grants, Morris's, Lopez's.
I think, probably.
Back to kind of the Currys, you know, as brothers having successful careers because Steph is so elevated. How about the Antetokounmpos?
I mean,
because Giannis is
kind of like that.
Absurd, and then
the other two are not.
Yeah.
Haven't the Antetokounmpos combined for what, 2 MVPs?
Yeah, and an NBA title.
I think they have 2.
Yeah,
aren't they teammates?
Well, didn't one get one with the Lakers in the bubble too?
Oh wow!
Oh, so you got two titles. Oh, you only have 1 MVP, but they've combined to make 7 All-Star games.
You know who it might be?
Oh no, they won 2 MVPs. Who?
The Murrays.
Oh, Chris and Keegan.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Lamont and Tracy.
Could Chris and Keegan Murray, when it's all said and done, you got to bet right now, will they be the best all-time NBA twins?
No.
So you're saying they won't be better than the Lopez's or the Morai?
I don't know, actually. Now that I think about
Right.
it.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I don't think the Wilkinses have it. By the way,
Gerald played for a long
Gerald
time.
and Dominique.
Gerald-
That's pretty fantastic.
No, I'm not saying
Gerald
they were
had
terrible.
a long career.
Jerry
they played together in Orlando too.
Jerry Wilkins?
Yeah.
You guys, by the way, are sleeping on an obvious one. I just realized, and no, it's not on the text line. Gerald Wilkins averaged 13 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists over a career that spanned 14 years.
That's it. He had a long
Yes.
career.
Pretty good.
Who are we missing?
Give me a hint.
not only are you going to have, I believe, next year, you're going to have 2 brothers in the NBA, but within the next 5 years, you might have 3. Give you a hint. You ready?
Oh, the balls?
No, but you're close. Their house just went up for sale.
Oh, the Bags.
The Bagleys.
Yeah, super obvious one.
Marcus Bagley.
Is he going to be an NBA guy?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
Arizona State, right?
He's not there anymore.
Oh, he's not? Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Really?
I don't think he's there.
Is that a thing?
Had Lonzo been healthy, and we still pray that he does.
Yeah,
the Balls have a chance to be the best brothers.
Absolutely. I would say the yes. Wow. Never mind. It says Marcus Bagley was an American college basketball player for the Arizona State Sun Devils.
You don't know about that whole ASU thing?
But where is he now?
Team Bagley. He got traded there.
Something.
Did he really? Oh man, that sucks.
Then he got traded to Team Bagley.
But what is he? It doesn't even say now he's currently playing for the New Zealanders.
How about Brent and John Barry, Scooter,
and Drew,
and Strauss?
Did all of them make the NBA?
I think all but one.
I know Drew was huge in college.
Drew played a little bit in the NBA.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Now you guys have me thinking of families. Did what's his little kid Boeheim ever make the NBA? Or is he still in Syracuse?
No, he's I think on a 2-way deal, isn't he? Somewhere right
summer
now?
league, at least somewhere. Yeah,
I want to say he's on either a roster or a G League team. I know that.
What's his like? It's not Billy Boeheim, but
it's something with a B.
Budrick.
All right. Can somebody tell me where? No, he didn't. Shut up, Earl. Can somebody tell me where Marcus Bagley? I would like.
I just told you.
Where?
Team Bagley.
Yeah,
signed him.
he's got to be playing basketball somewhere
in that court in Elk Grove.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Kenny Thomas. Oh, that just sounded fun. He will join us as it's Analyst Wednesday. Matt Barnes at 9:27. Don't go away. We're right back.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray. Straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento. It's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
All right, class, it's the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship. Welcome to Fandom 101. Here's your assignment. Lesson 1, go big for every bucket. 2, work together. And 3, attendance is encouraged, but passion is mandatory. The NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship, first and second rounds, March 16th and 18th at the Golden One Center in Sacramento, California. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets. Class dismissed.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
The clock is ticking. Get off the bench and head down to Fasteners Tool Outlet, where you'll find the lowest prices on DeWalt power tools and so much more. Why pay more at a big box store? Get a triple-double at Fasteners Tool Outlet with weekly and monthly offers, including up to 50% off select hand tools, batteries, power tools, and fasteners. Whether you're looking for a Festool sander, a Saw's top table saw, or a DeWalt impact driver, Fasteners Tool Outlet has the tools you need to do the job. Make a slam dunk with Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Poweret Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net. Turn on the news and all you hear is inflation is going up, prices going up, interest rates are going up. Well, Elk Grove Kia is up to show there's a lot of good happening. When most dealers are charging thousands more than sticker, Elk Grove Kia says no, with no dealer markup on most new Kias in stock. Like the sporty Kia Forte, Elk Grove Kia says $2,000 below MSRP and 2.9% APR. Talk about savings. That's $2,000 below window sticker and 2.9 APR. The folks at Elk Grove Kia have over 100 years of combined experience. We approve everyone. Bankruptcies, foreclosures, no problem. Charge-offs, late payments, repos, no problem. And Elk Grove Kia is home to the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Interested in the Kia EVs? Like the all-new Sportage Hybrid, we got them. The redesigned Sorento Hybrid, we got them. The most popular EV6, yep, we got them. Now is the time. Check us out online at elkgrovekia.com and at Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. This dealer discount of $2,000, 569-576-556-684, 556-746, 0.9% for Kia finance for up to 48 months, 720 plus FICO score required, subject to lender approval.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Right now, get $2,500 off a new HVAC whole system installation. Now is the time to replace that system. $2,500 off a new HVAC whole home system. 0% financing, payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting this off. Schedule today, 916-520-9990, and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Sacramento Kings sit in the number 2 seed in the Western Conference this morning after getting some unexpected help from an unexpected ally in the Los Angeles Lakers, who took out the Memphis Grizzlies last night.
This game is OPER.
Our Kings coverage continues this morning with former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas coming up at 9 a.m. and another former King and current analyst Matt Barnes coming up at 9:27 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. The Baltimore Ravens have put the non-exclusive franchise tag on quarterback Lamar Jackson. You can read more about that story now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
You know what this song, as a kid say, still slaps.
Absolutely.
No cap. Still slaps after all these years. Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Jay Mars. Not ending the show, because we now go till 10 a.m.
That's
every
right.
day, which Katie I don't think she's submitted her formal request.
Yeah, we have to take it in writing.
To go later. Yeah, we do need that in writing, in triplicate, and all of that. Also, no Kings tonight.
I know, one more night of waiting for the Kings, but tomorrow night, national audience, and right here.
One more night. More night. Joining us right now. He's already laughing. It's an Analyst Wednesday. We had Katie on earlier. We got Matt Barnes next. There's nothing like a Kenny Thomas sandwich.
Hey.
Good morning, Kenny.
So I come into you singing. Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
I come into you singing, and then I come into you calling me a Kenny Thomas sandwich.
Yeah, why not?
Said with love.
Said with love. You're our guy.
Man, I was about to say I love you guys. Man. I wouldn't normally take that crap from anybody else, but
it's love.
Man, I appreciate you guys, man.
Nothing.
Oh, Dave. Hey,
What?
Dave. Hey, did your wife tell you the other night that I took a picture with your son's team after the game?
I'm laughing because I know that a few people just really started paying attention to the radio all of a sudden when anybody starts out with, did your wife tell you the other night I took a picture? And then you kind of paused. I know everyone's like, wait, what's about to happen? Yeah, I saw she texted me the picture and I said, hey, did you go up and my son and his championship basketball team they went to the game on Monday. They got to go down the floor and shoot free throws, of which he was
nice.
And then they got to. I saw the picture with you, and I asked Melissa. I said, "Did you introduce yourself to Kenny and tell him that little ginger kid is mine?" And she said she did. She's kind of shy, so I don't know. But thank you for doing that.
Yeah, man, it's been a while because last time I saw her, I think it was when you guys came into El Rey when I had the restaurant.
Yes,
right?
Yeah. Yes.
But she came up right away. I was like, oh my goodness! But your son was like walking away, and then he I saw a little bit of the backhead of the ginger.
Yeah.
And then he walked away like he didn't even come up and say hi or anything, but
He
she
gets
did.
shy.
She was so sweet.
So I didn't go to the game Monday. This is how my son is. I didn't go to the game, and he didn't ask me to not go. He wouldn't do that, but he didn't want to be embarrassed because in case somebody said something to me or recognized whatever. He doesn't want to flex like that's a flex. So when he's walking away from you, I think he's just incredibly shy. So I don't know whose kid he is, dude. Red hair, incredibly shy.
I totally get it. I get it because, man, you guys are not going to believe this, but I'm a shy, quiet kid myself. But, hey.
I'm not buying it.
What's up, Jason? How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. Kenny. I think we're all doing great. We secretly, quietly, maybe in a quiet voice last night, we were rooting for the Lakers, and it worked out. The Kings are the 2 seed. How did this happen, Kenny Thomas?
It was only a one game root for the Lakers.
That's
okay?
right.
That's it.
Just one.
So, man, that was great. The fact that they're tied for second right now, no, I think they're actually like in second, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though the standings are like tied or whatnot, but I think the Kings have the advantage, obviously, because they're in second. But man, I saw that this morning. I got all excited because I've been saying on the show a lot that we're not looking back. I say we, even though I'm not playing, but I feel like I'm a part of the team now.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
But at the same time, I think the Kings can elevate themselves, which they have, and to get into that second spot, because as we know, Denver's gonna conquer the number 1 seed, especially with the limited amount of games left, right? But the way the Kings are playing now at home, being like 20-13, and at the same time having a great road record, they are setting themselves up for success because they're getting ready for the postseason, which is what Mike Brown's been talking about, because something unbelievably bad would have to happen for them to not make the playoffs, even the play-in tournament, right? Because nothing's guaranteed. But I'm excited for them, man. I'm looking forward to being part of playoff basketball again because I'm doing the TV show and everything, and I'm having fun this year because last year was bad.
How excited are you getting? Looking forward to, knock on wood, but looking forward to a playoff run, even if it's just Kenny, you know how we like listen, I sound stupid. You know how like you put your head on the pillow to calm your thoughts when you go to sleep, and you got to have like a sleep thought. And I'll tell you, when it's not me, shooting 5 under at Wood Creek, a lot of times it's I think about that first game, that first playoff game at Golden One Center, and how insane that crowd's going to be. Which is it's just kind of a stupid thing to think about when you're trying to go to sleep, because I start getting pumped up. But have you even thought about that? I actually said, Kenny, I think like the old Beatles concerts, I actually think a couple people are going to pass out. I truly believe this because I think they're going to be so overwhelmed with emotion and just freaking out. And by the fourth quarter, it'll be like quiet because they'll all be drowned out. Have you thought of that though yet? Have you allowed yourself to go there?
Actually, I have. I just did like the last 4 or 5 games this past week. And I was with Kyle and Morgan. I don't remember when I said this, but the way that the Kings are playing right now, the fans deserve it. And it's going to be nice because it's going to feel, I don't know if it's going to feel like Arco, because that place was always rocking, especially with the playoffs, even if you're visiting playing in there. But at the same time, I think Golden One, it's a totally different environment, right? And I think it's going to be interesting to see because that place has gotten pretty loud lately. And it's going to be real nice to see in full throttle, like what's about to happen when this storm comes to Sacramento, because they're going to have home court advantage, especially in the position that they're in, right?
Yeah, for sure. And Kenny, hopefully. I think you brought up the fact that Mike Brown's trying to do everything to get this team ready for the playoffs. He's saying playoffs. He's thinking playoffs. We saw them play a little more zone the last game and the last couple of games. Is that something you think we'll continue to see the last, whatever there is, 18 games to go?
That's not a bad look. Because talking to a little birdie in the organization, they obviously they are undersized, right? So there's a lot of pieces probably from that guard perspective to where it's going to help them benefit, because to a certain extent they can guard, but they need to get better at guarding, right? I feel like Mike Brown is the coach of the year, who is my guy. And the fact that he came to a situation and turned it all the way around in the first year, not even a whole full year to go through the process. He turned it around in the first half before All-Star weekend, right? And the way that the Kings are elevating right now and playing at a very high level, it's going to be very interesting to see how everything like unfolds.
Kenny Thomas with us. Kenny, I'm looking at the Kings roster the last year you were there. I was just kind of curious about something. Were you in the practice facility when Dante Green and John Brockman had the slam dunk contest?
I don't know. I don't remember. I think obviously I was on the squad, but my last couple of years I was riding the bench. I couldn't get off that thing. So I might have been out of it.
Okay.
But I don't really remember that. Brock, I like Brock. Brock played hard. And I talk to Dante Green every now and then now, so he's doing all right too.
There's video out, it disappeared, but there was video that came out around that time of Dante Green and John Brockman having a dunk contest, and Brock worked him. Like I had oh my God, I had no idea. It's one of the coolest videos I've ever seen. This dude was doing dunks from the free throw line. He was doing dunks between the legs. Dante will come on every once in a while. We'll talk about it. And nobody had any idea that the Brockness Monster had those type of hops. That's why I was asking.
Oh yeah, he does. Oh, I'll give him that. Brock was that guy that came in, played hard, and he could jump out of the gym. And I talk to him every now and then too on social media, but you should definitely let me know when you have Dante Green back on, because I would love to hear that story and that situation on how that unfolded.
You guys should come on together. That'd be super easy to put together. That'd be actually fun. A little reunion, if you will.
I'm down. No, I'm
okay.
down.
I got you. Okay.
I was thinking, as you say that, Kenny, I mean, obviously, I know when people retire, a lot of things that you'll hear athletes say is what they miss is the locker room, the camaraderie, the teammates, the friends. How connected are you with past Rockets, past Kings, like the guys that you spent so much time with in the past?
You know what, man? I was at All-Star Weekend in Utah, and I haven't gone to one in a while. And it was nice. I went to Kenny Smith's event. I walked in, got some love from Kenny Smith. There's a lot of big name people there, man, from the standpoint of Gary Payton, Paul Pierce, Kenyon Martin. And then I was able to go to Vivek's lunch, and I saw Shaq there, took a picture with him. Saw Rich Paul. It's just a lot going on, and it felt good being back in that environment, because I haven't been for a while, even though I have access from doing NBC and doing the Kings games, right? But it's just different. I feel like there's a lot of guys that are kind of doing their own thing, and they have their own little circles, right? But I still talk to Steve Francis. Brad Miller actually texted me the last 2 games, and he's kind of upset because of the way we had to flip the set.
He wants camera time.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. So Brad reached out to me, and I mean,
did you tell him it's because of people like him mean mugging after the games at the camera? He has a good time.
Yeah, always. That's Brad, man. We know our guy, Brad. When is there a dull moment when it comes to my guy?
Never, right? Never.
But there were some rowdy fans, but it was an unfortunate situation. But we trying to figure it out, see what happens.
Was that the brunch you're talking about? Vivek's brunch? What is that place? HSL in Salt Lake?
Yes,
dude. Man. I keep hearing about this thing. Like that, it was awesome.
Everybody was in there. DK Metcalf was in there.
Yeah.
Wow. Shoot, man. Rich Paul hooked me up. He gave me his number. He's like, "Can you reach out? Like, let me know."
Man, you better reach out.
Trust me, I already have.
I bet. How many decks have you sent, Rich?
Nah, man. Hey, I'm trying to ease my way in there, bro.
Smart play.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be patient, man. I'm on TV now, man.
I hear you.
And I'm able to be on the radio with you guys, which is also an honor. I appreciate it.
That's our honor.
But
all ours.
Man, I'm excited, man, because there's a lot going on in Sacramento. I just love the hype that's happening, because there's about 14, 15 years it was like really bad.
Yeah.
And I hated it. That's not a word. I hated to see it that way, especially with me living in Sac. And Dave, we got to golf, man.
Yeah, in like 3 years when it stops raining. It's raining for like the next 10 days, dude.
Again.
Yeah, I know.
My spot has snow on it right now. That's snowing up there.
Jason, what's going on with you, man? What's up?
I'm ready to golf as well. I can go with you guys. I'm inviting myself.
Yes.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Even better. So you guys got to bring that forth, whoever that's going to be.
I've told you, maybe it's not for this
Rich
show.
Paul.
Maybe it's not for this show, but did I ever tell you about the
He
story?
said Rich Paul.
Did I ever tell you about when, and I know we got to go. Did I ever tell you about when I saw it when I was playing with Kenny at Wood Creek and he was playing with the guy who had a really, really cool golf cart? I never told you that story. So we're playing with Kenny, and he's got a buddy who's got this golf cart, and it's like
tricked out.
It's not tricked out. It's almost like not a surfboard. It's like a scooter, right?
Oh
yeah.
And
And I go, hey, how do I get one of those? And he goes, lose your leg. And I went,
oh boy.
Oh my God. I had no idea because of the way the cart was positioned. And thank God he was super cool about it, but I wanted to crawl into the ground.
Yeah.
And Kenny was just laughing the whole time.
I bet he was.
He was a big
like
help.
I am now. Of course I am.
I mean, it was a sick golf cart. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. All right, brother. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys. See you guys next week. And the people behind the scene, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys as well.
Hey, thanks for taking care of my wife, Kenny.
Man, always. Are you kidding me?
Appreciate that. You take
She was a little scared coming up, but I hooked it up.
I appreciate that. We'll
All right, you guys. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Kenny.
Take care. That was just for Chris to isolate. I know. Well, honestly, that was literally a gift for you guys. We'll take a break. When we come back, we got a giveaway, right? Or am I looking at the wrong page here? I always worry. Okay. We have a giveaway. We're giving away a high school reunion tour featuring Snoopy Dogg and more.
Snoopy Dogg.
We got tickets for you, and also tonight in the NBA standings. Watch. We'll do that next.
You wanted more Niners? Sactown Sports delivered in the biggest way. Catch every Niners game right here on the new home for 49ers football in Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, trunk lids, license plate holders, and headlights. They've got lots of headlights. When you need parts, get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. eBay Motors. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hi, it's the Herd. Whether you shower in the morning or at night, chances are you want to hop in right away instead of standing and waiting while your water heats up. My friends at Navien have your solution. Go tankless with a new Navien tankless water heater. You'll instantly get all the hot water you need as long as you need it. Right now, save hundreds on Navien tankless water heaters with local rebates. It's easy. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com. That's tanklessmadesimple.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Jason pointed it out. Watching, we've always got the TVs on. I don't know where Brian Windhorst was doing his reporting from, but it looked like
somewhere where the confinements were small.
Yeah, like the bowels of an arena or something. Welcome back. I never said what caller, did I? All right, so we will let's go Fox Force fifth caller at 1-800-920-1140. You get your tickets to go see Snoop Doggy Dogg, Golden One Center. You know what? I don't care if it's Snoop Lion, Snoop Dogg. It's always Snoop Doggy Dogg to me. Not care. Doggy Style, I wore that CD out. That was I remember that summer, it was like Alice in Chains Unplugged, Alice in Chains Jar of Flies, Soundgarden, I think Super Unknown, and Snoop Doggy Dogg's Doggy Style. That was
your jam right
there.
That
was my, what was that, 93, 94? I don't know what, boy, I'm aging myself. Golden One Center, Live Nation's got your plug to check out Snoop Doggy Dogg, Wiz Khalifa.
Nice.
Too Shorts.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle. Life is too short. Cuss words. Oakland. I mean, just my goodness. Oakland. My goodness. Warren G. They don't have it spaced out, though, so it looks like Warren G. and Burner. No disrespect. Honest to God, no disrespect. Who's Burner? That's the one I haven't heard of, Burner. It's probably the most popular one.
I'm not familiar.
BERNER, High School Reunion Tour 2023.
Bernie Sanders.
Wouldn't that be just awesome? Oh, you got Snoop, Wiz Khalifa, and Bernie Sanders. The Burner. DJ Drama is your special guest. And that's live at the G1C, August 25th. For more info, hey, go to SactownSports.com. Fifth caller. Oh, he's on the phone with him right now. We have a winner. Thank you so much. Tonight in the NBA, will the Sacramento Kings get any help as they have the night off awaiting the New York Knicks on national television tomorrow?
Yes.
That's so awesome if they win.
Yeah.
Tonight, though, we have the Blazers in Boston taking on the Celtics that have
lost 3 straight.
Yeah.
I think 4 or 5 or 5 of 6, something like that.
By the way, how funny is it that the Knicks winning streak comes to an end in Charlotte?
Right. Charlotte's done that too. I mean, they beat the Kings.
Beat us here.
They don't have that many wins, but they've had a couple of wins where you go, wow, Charlotte got them.
Let's see, Mavs and Pelicans.
Okay, and currently the Mavs are 5th, the Pelicans are 10th. So the Kings can I think the Mavs is who they're looking at. So if the Pelicans win, that's probably a good thing.
I think we're rooting for the Pels.
Yeah.
We're big Pels high.
Sure.
Here. The Bulls visit Denver to take on the Nuggets.
I mean, I feel like they're out of reach, so but that's fine.
This is interesting. So they played last night, but the Thunder are visiting Phoenix. Phoenix is favored by 13.5 in this one. I'm no betting man, but you know what? I would take the Thunder in this one.
Really?
Not to win.
Okay, but to cover.
I think
Durant's home opener.
Durant's home opener, which means they're all going to force it.
Yeah.
Josh Giddey will be too much to overcome. I don't know. Assuming that Oklahoma City is not sitting people I don't know about.
That would be a huge boost if that would be a sneak win that no one would expect. I'm expecting a Suns win tonight.
36-29. The Suns are 21-10 at home. And then 7 o'clock. This is interesting. So the Thunder are playing the Suns at 6 o'clock. ESPN game, 7 o'clock, Raps at Clippers, which that should be a fun enough game. But God, I would expect with the KD home opener to be on national TV. At this point, Suns and anybody should pretty much be on national television.
Yeah. I mean, again, think about how far back, we knew about this Kings game, 3 or 4 weeks ago. They got to move those pretty far in advance. So
let's see. They're 36-29. The Suns are. So that means they have played 65 games. That means they have, doing math on the fly, they have 17 more games left.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A minimum of 8 of those 17 are on national television.
Good for them.
So they are getting a little bit.
Yeah, they get plenty of love.
I wonder what the over-under is on, if you had to think about it right now. Forget the playoffs. Just what would you put the over-under? And we're not counting NBA TV, ESPN and TNT only. National TV games for the Kings next year.
Next year? 5?
Yeah, I think you're about. I think it's about 4.5, 5.5.
Yeah, I mean, they have the advantage a couple things now. The Lakers really haven't been very good the last couple of years, but they have LeBron. I mean, that's going to get them attention. So you got West Coast teams, the Warriors. Part of the other thing when the Kings were really good, obviously they were a draw, but the Warriors were so bad. So you're kind of needing West Coast teams to represent that 7:30 start. And so the Kings got a lot of that, but the Clippers are good, or at least have a national flavor to them with the star power. The Lakers, the Suns are another one, and the Warriors. Dame still gets attention. So the Kings are competing with all of that, and even Denver, they can slide that game back. So basically, everybody kind of out west is intriguing, and the Kings were the one team that wasn't nationally. Right. So they're competing with all that.
Yeah, that'll be. Also, somebody asking, well, what happens with Katie and Kyle or Katie and Mark when those games happen? They don't do anything.
Right.
They're fans.
Right.
It's good for them. Get a day or two off.
Yeah, and that's where, I know we had Kyle last week, but when people are like, national TV, they want the attention. But, there's other people that have jobs that probably want to do those games.
We'll take a break when we come back. Another analyst, our third of the day. It's analyst Wednesday. But we're going to talk to Matt about more than just the Sacramento Kings. We want to talk to him about John Morant, what's going on in our ongoing quest to talk to people that have actually been in those situations, or at least been in that life. Matt's going to enlighten us a little bit with that. Always good to visit with him. We'll do that when we get back.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Valley Strong Credit Union.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're off to a wet start out there. Plan for a soggy morning commute, but by the afternoon, we're looking at mainly sunny skies with temperatures today in the mid-50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, capital, and everything in between. Learn about all the benefits of being a business banking member at valleystrong.com.
It's hard to find a better selection of trucks ready to drive home today than you'll find at M&S Auto on El Camino, right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S customers come back because they know they always get a clean car, truck, or SUV, and they save thousands. You can get a great deal now on a Jeep, F-150, Ram, or Silverado, and you're going to get treated right at M&S Auto Sales. First-time buyers are always welcome. MS Auto Sales, msautogroup.com.
Your insurance company has an adjuster, shouldn't you? Call 888-GREENSPAN. They handle major insured claims from collapsed and falling trees. They represent you, not your insurance company. For over 75 years, Greenspan has been there for property owners, helping thousands of businesses, families, and communities receive correct and fair insurance claim settlements for property damage. Greenspan is your private adjuster, leveling the playing field. Call 888-GREENSPAN today. That's 888-473-6277. California DOI license number 2E11301.
ATM Mortgage. When times get tough, you need a lender that gets even tougher. Hi, Jeff Tarbell with ATM Mortgage. We can still show you an affordable path to home ownership, and all you have to do is call 916-338-9400. That's 338-9400, or online at atmmortgage.net. ATM Mortgage. License under California CFL and MLS 223-4889.
I don't know about you, but freshening up my house for spring is one of my favorite times of the year. That's why I'm so glad I made a stop at Kohl's, where I was able to save 25% off must-haves from Sonoma Goods for Life, like new decor for my living room and the softest sheets for my bedroom. Plus, I got an extra 15% off. So if you want to spend less on your spring home refresh, you know where to go. Select styles. Offers end March 12th. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Folks, there's a fast break with the game on the line. He dribbles down the court, passes ahead for the alley-oop, and it's caught for a slam dunk.
Do you need an assist? Regain and optimize your performance. See what Pacific Men's Clinic can do to make your love life the best it can be. Pacific Men's Clinic's safe and pain-free, clinically proven procedure breaks up plaque and stimulates the growth of healthy new blood vessels. Call for your free consultation now at 916-545-7577. That's 916-545-7577.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pi customer.
As a small business, we're always looking for ways that we can offer the quality product and get some cost savings.
Meet Michelle from J.J. Pfister Distilling Company, a small business in California. When looking for workers' comp coverage tailored to the company's needs, she discovered Pi Insurance.
We heard about Pi Insurance being geared for a small business, gave Pi a call, and ended up switching.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you could save at trypi.com. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate, so your workers' comp audit experience is simplified.
We saved about 30% off of our workers' comp insurance when we switched to Pi.
It's as easy as pie to get the savings you deserve. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pi. Or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypi.com. That's trypie.com.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now. What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Uma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Uma?
Yep. Switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at Uma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Sacramento Kings got some help last night in the standings from an unexpected ally in the Los Angeles Lakers, who defeated the Memphis Grizzlies, which now puts the Kings, from a record standpoint, in a tie with Memphis. But because the Kings hold the tiebreaker right now, they are your number 2 seed in the Western Conference. We hope to break that down and more with Matt Barnes coming up next on the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. It could be Splitsville. We have more about that up right now at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
I have it on good authority. When I talked to him yesterday, Matt Barnes is finishing up a workout.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he's done playing. What's the point?
Oh, let it go.
You know what I'm saying? So he will be joining us momentarily. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Jay Mars.
Yeah. And remember Chris and Co. Chris will be in here in the next segment as well.
Sorry, I'm multitasking here. Jay, could you resend that link, please? Thank you. As we're getting Matt all ready to go. No Kings game tonight, but tomorrow. He said it didn't come in as clickable. I don't know what you did. I blame it on Jay. But there will be national TV tomorrow, and you have two of the hottest teams in the NBA going at it. And this did not go well at Madison Square Garden.
No, that was one of their worst games this year. I think they took them out of their rhythm. The Kings have had a couple of games like that, but this was one. And Fox play. I mean, they had everybody. Fox is supposed to return, so that's good tomorrow night. But you want to represent yourself well on national TV.
Coming up later in news and notes, we're going to take a little stroll down memory lane with De'Aaron Fox.
Okay.
There's a video going or making the rounds again from a few years back involving him and some I wouldn't say promises he made, but certainly some things he said about the future of this team. Joining us right now, it is Analyst Wednesday. I'm telling you, we didn't plan it this way, but we had Katie at 8, we had Kenny at 9, and we saved the best for last. Matt Barnes joins us. Thanks, buddy. Good morning. How are you?
Good, fellas. I'm good. Just literally finished up my workout, so ready to get the day started.
Man, you are sweating. What were you doing today?
Man, everything, full body.
How I gotta ask, because you're not you're not playing in the NBA anymore, but being healthy is a way of life. So for you, how much are you working out per week, and how long are your workouts usually?
I work out probably 4 times a week, and my about an hour 15, and obviously I do it because some of my suits were getting a little too tight, but I kind of have a knack for kind of eating what I want. So to be what I want and fit in my suits, I got to stay in the gym.
I'm a big fatty, so I got all the equipment at home. I just don't have the motivation. So you're going to have to text me some tips if I ask you questions, okay?
Gotcha.
There's a lot of Kings stuff we can talk about. They're the number 2 seed in the NBA. That's an awesome thing, and we'll certainly get to that. But, Matt, I was thinking about you. I brought you up on the show yesterday because the Ja Morant situation is super concerning just because he's such a good player. You never want to – and even if he wasn't, you never want to see anybody go through anything like this. And the one thing we've kind of talked about is, no disrespect to me and Jason, but we've never been professional athletes and we've never had millions of dollars at 23 years old. And we heard from Jalen Rose a couple of days ago talking about it, Kendrick Perkins yesterday. But I thought about you, Matt, because we actually, you and I grew up kind of near each other. I was Rio, you were Del Campo. We were around some of the same things, but also grew up obviously far differently. And you've had a couple of controversies here and there in your career. So I thought maybe it would be cool to ask somebody who's been in these situations what your take is on Ja.
I mean, it's a tough situation. Obviously, I've been had some run-ins and have had some money, but not to the level of stardom and superstardom and hundreds of millions of dollars. This kid is 23 years old with the world at the palm of his hands, and not to make any excuses, but I can only imagine at his age with that much money, you kind of feel like you're invincible from a standpoint. And, everyone's been kind of beating a dead horse, what he should do, what he shouldn't do. He needs to move away from this and this needs to happen. And I'm not so much of that. I'm to the point of he's made the mistake, or he made a handful of mistakes. He had about a month and a half of just bad decisions after bad decisions, whether it was him or his crew. His name is the one that's going to come to the forefront. So now from my standpoint, how do you fix that? Because, this guy has a $230 million contract that kicks in next year, a signature shoe, a brand new deal with Powerade. This kid has the world at the palm of his hands and has the opportunity to be one of the faces of the league moving forward. So my question now is, you knew you made a mistake. You apologized. I hope the apology was sincere, but how do you move forward from here? Because I think Gilbert Arenas said something the other day, which is where he's going to have to earn that trust, that respect, that rope, so to speak, back, because he's shown that, through his decisions over the last handful of months that, a little immaturity has definitely kicked in the picture. But again, we all make mistakes. I know I just made a mistake in January. You know what I mean? So it's not to judge who he is as a person, but when you're a superstar like that, you kind of have to live by a different set of rules. Like he had a different set of rules than I did. Although I was in the NBA and, I played 15 years, I was never a superstar. I was never a face of the team, a face of a franchise, a signature shoe. So he has to move more carefully than 99% of the NBA.
Matt, that's really interesting because I the other part of this that I got to believe without knowing, without living it and being in his shoes or your shoes is that with all the money that you said and all the talent and all the ability and all the things, I'm sure he's not going to be short on people giving him advice, but who will he listen to? Like if you got into things in the past, who connected with you that maybe got you redirected, or who was a voice that you would actually listen to that maybe the same kind of thing? Who will Ja actually be listening to?
Well, I was very fortunate, and this is something I talk about on my show all the time. I had vets, like real vets. I had guys that were 36, 37, 38, all the way up to 40, when I was playing and I was doing some of the young, dumb stuff that a lot of young players do. So it was really, my OGs. Chris Webber was someone who, although he had a few run-ins, he was always a voice of reason for me. He was always encouraging. He was always motivating for me. I had a few older guys that no matter what was going on, more than anybody, I would listen to them. So I hope that he possibly has someone like that in his life. But the league is so young now, and again, that's the one thing I preach that, when I came in the league at 21, there were guys that were 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Now, whether they were being productive on the floor or not, they were always an asset in the locker room. They were always the bridge between the players and the coaches. They were always a voice of reason when you were going through stuff. They helped you through a lot of things. But the NBA has obviously moved away from the older type of players that want to take, chances on all these young guys all the time. So I think there's just a lack of leadership from a veteran or real veteran standpoint in every NBA locker room. So, at this point, I'm not really sure who he listens to. Again, I've never been sitting on top. I've never been a top 10 player in the world, a top 15 player in the world. So I'm sure, a little immaturity. I'm sure there's a lot of ego involved. So I hope that he does have someone who was a little bit older, possibly that played, didn't play, or just an OG in his life, that he will really sit down and listen to. Because I think, initially we heard 2 games. And I thought, although I don't want to see him miss any games, I'm like, he's not going to learn nothing from 2 games. No one learns nothing from 2 games. But then you hear, now it's a police investigation. Now there's an NBA investigation. Now he can miss 50 games. So that's 20 games this season and 30 games next season. So I think now that there's a real possibility of basketball being taken away, and it's not from injury, I hope that that'll be a wake-up call from him. Again, this kid is, I mean, one of the most talented guards we've ever seen in this game. Has the opportunity to make so much, not just NBA money, but endorsement money, and really be a face and change his family's trajectory for the rest of his life and his kids' kids and the lineage of generational wealth. He has the opportunity to obtain right now, but the way he's been moving these last few months, he's jeopardizing all of that. So again, I think now that there's some real consequences sitting in front of him, I hope it's not 50 games, but if it is 50 games, I think this will really be a wake-up call to him. Like, okay, I was moving how I wanted to move. I thought I was invincible, but I needed to humble myself a little bit and really kind of change up the way I'm moving.
Matt Barnes, former King, current Kings analyst, NBA player, also a phenomenal media member himself, and we'll throw out all the links to that as we continue on the program. Matt, where I really don't want to dip my foot in, because you want to talk about being ignorant to this, is the conversation that seems to be going on, whether it's media members, NBA players, or fans, when it comes to Ja. I read things like, hey, man, you grew up with two parents. You're not hood. You're not about that life. And I don't know what to do with that. And again, it's one of the things I really wanted to talk to you about. It seems like there's this internal conversation going on about, is Ja soft? Is he about that life? Is he bringing this on himself? And again, having gone through that career as an NBA player and been in some of those moments in a different situation, what do you make of that conversation?
It's a tough conversation because although, from the outside looking in, you see two parents, you see a private school, similar to my situation, you saw my two parents and you saw me in Tampa, but what people didn't see were my parents were functioning drug addicts. My dad was in the streets, robbing, doing things, to make ends meet for our family. My parents didn't let me go to the school I wanted to go to. And I say with all due respect, because I'm half Italian, my parents did their darndest to put me in white schools. And I never understood why. Like, why can't I go to school with my neighborhood friends? Why can't I go to school with my basketball friends? And my parents were never going for it. They always put me in a school where they thought I would have the best opportunities to succeed. So it was either going to be Del Campo or Jesuit. And I took a visit to Jesuit and I couldn't do the all boys thing. So we landed on Del Campo. So people see, okay, man, you went to Del Campo, Fair Oaks, 98% white. What is this act? The people used to say it was an act, but mine was never act. I grew up through tough situations, food stamps, abuse, drugs, fighting a lot. I faced a lot of racism, so I was always fighting at a young age. So mine was never really trying to prove, am I tough? Am I a gangster? I was to prove, my dad said, and excuse my language, if someone calls you nigger, you have my permission to fight them. So at 9 years old, third grade, when I first got to Sacramento from the Bay Area, that's when it kind of started, because I faced a ton of racism. Because again, my parents put me in a lot of white schools. So that was kind of where the chip on my shoulder from and my edge came from, was I just faced a lot of BS. And then Dave, my senior year of high school, my Del Campo was almost burned down by the KKK because I had sister from a guy that was, racially abusing her and spitting her hair. So my edge, and again, my fire just came from fighting ignorance. So, that was something that's ingrained in me. So when I came to the NBA, it wasn't really trying to, I'm the toughest guy out there, I'll fight anyone. I was just raised, your family is everything. I was raised, your brother and sister get in a fight, you better get in a fight. I don't care if they win. If you don't get in, you're going to have consequences when you got home. So that kind of carried with me through the NBA. If you look at my, over $500,000 in fines throughout my career, I would say $500,000 was just coming to the defense of my teammates. It was never people messing with me or me trying to go mess with someone else. It was always me, sticking up for Chris Paul, sticking up for Kobe, sticking up for guys, the superstars that I played with. So in Ja's perspective, again, on the outside looking in, things look like he had a pretty normal upbringing, but we never know what he's gone through, as soon as those pictures were snapped, what the dynamic between his mom and dad were. But I think more than anything now with this social media era, everyone wants to prove something, whether it be how much money they have, how many women, cars, houses, jewelry, how tough they are. I think there's always just something to prove for people who really have no outcome on your life. You look at Ja's last incident, and I'll be the last one to tell you don't carry a gun, because as a Black athlete in this country, we are targets. But what I will say is I was taught that you only pull a gun to use it. You don't pull a gun for likes or comments. You pull a gun because you really feel like you need it. So to think that, this guy presses record on himself in a strip club in Denver with no shirt on and shows a gun, I mean, that's just a self-inflicted wound. Now, I don't care if you're a gangster, if you're a square, if you're anything, that's just a dumb move to make, and again, and that was a kind of the culmination of about a month and a half of just bad decisions. So whether he wants to prove who he is or who he's not, or how tough he is, the one thing I think we all agree is he's an absolutely amazing generational talent basketball player. So all that other shit doesn't matter, because again, he's trying to impress people who have no effect or outcome or say on his life. And, the old additive, doing it for the gram, like, what is the real reason behind doing this? I think we live in a culture now where we see these music videos and artists portraying guns and money and violence. And although we're athletes, we're attracted to that too, because we have some similarities in our upbringing. So I just think we have to draw the line between, the goal of everyone is, if you came from the streets, you came from the hood, is to get out of there, not to stay, or if you didn't come from there, once you get money, to go back. That's never the goal. If you ask someone who really came from it, the goal is to get out and get your family out. And if you do go back, it's to go back and help, but it's not to go back and kick it and show that you're still so-and-so. So again, everyone in the world has been giving this young man advice. I hope that just this situation right now is really kind of waking him up, humbled him, and realized, like, hey, although I think I'm invincible and I have a ton of money, it can all be taken away with, another bad decision.
Matt, thank you for joining us after a workout. Thank you for your insight on things that we just could not have the insight on. And thank you as a Rio grad for not going to Jesuit. That wouldn't have worked.
All right, fellas, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care. You. That is Matt Barnes. And we are way late for a break. Listen, I'll say this. Ours isn't to judge yay or nay. Ours is just to simply provide perspectives. And I think Matt's got a very unique, very applicable perspective on all this stuff. We'll take a break. When we come back, news and notes. Chris Watkins is going to join us right after this.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
While your favorites are at spring training, let's get you into some spring savings with Consumer Cellular. As a Herd listener, limited time when you switch, you'll get an additional $25 off your entire bill. Plus, you save up to $250 a year with unlimited talk and text and a flexible data plan starting at just $20 a month. That's it, $20. Their award-winning 100% U.S.-based customer support team makes switching easy. You keep your phone, you keep your number, with no contract, and activation is always free. How cool is that? Get the exact same coverage as the major carriers, backed by a 100% risk-free guarantee. Join the team that offers you more for your money. Call, find out now where to start saving today. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword The Herd. Pound 250, keyword The Herd. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from Consumer Cellular.
If you are like the thousands of people that take advantage of March for replacing your heating and cooling system, then this message is for you. Hi, I'm Mario, owner of Attic Man Heating and Air, and March is the most popular month for replacing old, inefficient heating and cooling systems because of milder temperatures and end-of-winter rebates. If you've even contemplating replacing your old AC system, act now. Take advantage of up to 5 years of interest-free financing and 10-year warranties. I know, it sounds way too good to be true, but it is true. 10 years of worry-free operation, but you have to book online today at atticmanhvac.com. Attic Man Heating and Air.
Snoop Dogg presents
This legendary is brought to you by the D.O. Double
High School Reunion Tour with Wiz Khalifa, Too Short, Warren G, Burner, and special guest DJ Drama, Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa and Friends, live in concert, Golden One Center, Friday, August 25th. Get tickets this Friday at 9 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
I was telling the guys, I'm still cleaning up from the great storm of 2022 in my insurance company because our fence blew over and it's all jacked up. It's an old fence anyways. And they sent me this note this morning. They're like, please provide a sketch of where the ouchies are on the fence that need to be repaired.
They went with ouchies?
And then the other thing is this. This is, I don't know what to do here. I've never had a fence repair. And so I guess you have to go to your neighbors if you share a fence line with them, and then they go to their insurance, and that just seems really uncomfortable to me.
It's
like,
a good neighbor fence.
I don't want to talk to my neighbor about that.
Wow.
I don't want to be like, hey, Bill.
Well, because then otherwise you're footing the entirety of the bill.
Is it like one of those things where it's like, depending on which side of the fence it fell onto?
I mean, it fell onto our side, but we share the fence.
Right.
I don't know.
We will rebuild.
Right. We will rebuild the great storm of 2022 and the next 10 days of rain.
Oh my gosh. It was I live right next to Lamb Park, and it looked like a legitimate natural disaster hit. It's just the amount of trees that were down.
Was drought over? Drought's over, right?
Yeah. Yes. I'm over this rain.
Dude, and it's not, as Jason pointed out earlier, like some of these days it rains for like an hour. Like it's sunny outside right now. But
oh, great.
Yeah, great. Let's go play. All right, fellers. Vegan Reese's are here. Hershey, which makes Reese's along with Hershey bars and Kisses and other chocolates, announced 2 dairy-free products on Tuesday. They're plant-based peanut butter cups and a vegan chocolate Hershey bar with almonds and sea salt, each made of oats instead of dairy, and it's designed to taste like milk chocolate. Will be available nationally this month. The Hershey bar is arriving in April. Hey, just in time for Easter. Guys, yay or nay on the vegan Reese's?
Yay, it's got chocolate.
Yeah, Reese's always yay.
It's like people freak out about this stuff, right? Here's my thing. I want a world where all the crappy food is
healthy. Okay for you?
Yes.
Yeah, then we all win. I'm okay with that.
Give me all the vegan stuff if it tastes good. Now, if it tastes like butt, I don't want any part of it. But if it actually kind of tastes like Reese's peanut butter cups, let's go.
Yeah, I'm in.
Excuse my ignorance, but just because something's vegan doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy, right?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Like your Impossible burgers. Hey, friends, hate to tell you, probably more processed than a regular burger.
Really? I honestly, I've never really thought of that. That's a great point. I honestly figured if it was vegan, it was healthy. Or at least if it was vegan, it wasn't unhealthy, I guess is the point.
Right, I hear you there, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Isn't it all plants? That's what we need to talk to.
Interesting,
we need to have Damien back.
But some of those plants aren't healthy.
What?
The unhealthy plants.
Right. Other than the cocaine plants or whatever. I thought all plants were healthy. Just saying. Today's National Oregon Day. Fellas, you have any Oregon experience?
Yes, I do.
Yes? Where'd you go?
I went to this coastal city. I can't remember what it's called, but
Coos Bay?
Yeah.
Coos
Central
Bay,
Coast or
Gold
something
Beach,
like that,
Bandon Dunes,
Langlois.
No idea.
I know you have Oregon.
Yes.
You're a Bandon guy.
I love Bandon dunes.
You'll never abandon Bandon.
No, I will not.
I didn't really go to Oregon other than lame Central Oregon. Like I did that when I was a teenager. What was it, Bend? That was lame.
Isn't that where the last Blockbuster is located, Ben?
I think so. Yeah. It was summertime and it was hot and I didn't like it.
Decon rewind.
Aren't they called Oregonians?
Isn't
that like? Don't they have a newspaper called like?
Yeah, the Oregonian
in
Portland. Jason Quick used to write for them.
Yes,
I think. Anyways, I went to Oregon. We went up there about 4 summers ago, and now I'm just like, that's where I'm ending, dude. That is gonna
We're
be
here.
Doesn't it rain a lot in Oregon too?
Yeah, this is Oregon now.
But but here's the thing. Like, first off, it's a lot cheaper.
Oregon rain is different.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Secondly, great golf.
Yeah.
Okay. Thirdly, great salmon fishing, and it's like the only fish I like. Like, imagine this: you get up in the morning, you have a coffee, and you're surrounded by lush greenery and rain, and then you take your little boat out to go salmon fishing, but you drop your crab pots first. You grab your salmon, grab your crab pots. Every night you're having salmon and crab for dinner, fresh out of the ocean.
Okay, I'm imagining that, and I go, I'm moving to California again.
By the way, you're doing that for like 2 weeks before you're at the store getting steakums. So shut up.
Stop stepping on my joy. Today's National Peanut Cluster Day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really have anything to say.
What is peanut cluster?
It's a cluster of peanuts and chocolate. I will say this. Peanut was the slang term that my kids used growing up for male anatomy, because
makes sense.
My mom would always say that's not the medical word. I mean, yeah, Mom, I know.
Yeah.
I want my kids rolling around saying it. Relax, it's a peanut. Celebrity birthdays. Hello, Jason Ross.
Hello, happy birthday on this March 8th to Freddie Prinze Jr.
Hey.
No clue.
Former WWE writer.
Sure. Freddie Prinze Jr.
No,
is
that's factual.
47.
FP's got to be 51 now.
I have no idea who this is. 50, sure.
All right, Dave, 47.
Look at that.
Right on it. Freddie Prinze Jr. knowledge.
I'm thinking the right one, right? Wasn't Freddie Prinze? That was a sad story, right?
Freddie Prinze Sr. was his dad.
And that
so
was
yeah, so Junior's not the same
that
guy.
had a sad.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Let's go with James Vanderbeek. From
Dawson's Creek.
Oh, nobody says Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues.
Interesting. James
Modern Family appearance.
That's true. I'm not there yet. Okay. James Vanderbeek is also, weirdly enough, 47.
He's 42.
No clue again. 45.
You guys split 46.
Beautiful.
There you I like playing with Chris.
Yeah, just guess. Yeah. How about Lester Holt, America's newsman?
Sacramento's finest, right?
Yes.
There we go. We claim him.
Chris, go ahead.
62.
It's actually a really good guess. I'll say 61.
I was going to say 66.
Ty, 64.
64.
Oh,
wow. I did terribly.
Jay and Chris. Happy birthday to former King. We'll see him tomorrow night on national TV. Kenny Smith. Ken Smith.
The
Jets.
Ken the Jet Smith.
Let's see. He's going to be 59.
57.
I was going to say 58.
57, 58, 59. He's 58.
Wow.
Yes. Boom.
Nailed it.
Happy birthday. I'm going to butcher the name. Sorry. Milanis Weintraub.
Also known as had the
Lily from AT&T, the commercial.
Okay. We all know that. Isn't that
We all
so
know
sad?
Lily
Gosh. Consumerism.
Lily is 31.
Lily's 32.
Shut up, Chris. Other Chris. Not you, Chris.
Yeah. It's all right. 35.
36.
36.
Yeah, you know your Lily.
Hey.
Hello. Hey, by the way, shout out. Good luck to Sac State women. They're in the Big Sky Championship. If they win, they go into the dance.
Look at you. Also, real quick, what's coming up on Chris and Co.?
We got a bunch of stuff. We're obviously talking about the Kings moving into that number 2 spot. You know, talking about the Kings' path to the playoffs as well.
Will the 49ers sign Aaron Rodgers today? Chris will let you know in just a few minutes. Right now, let's talk about our
a dark retreat
at American Energy. Hey, listen, $2,500 off a whole house HVAC system. That's right. Our friends American Energy can help you out and make your life so much easier and save you money as well. Listen, do not get caught up at all with those other guys. Don't do it. Listen, here's the deal. They've been around since 1981. Locally owned, locally operated. This is a family deal, and that's why they're able to keep your business and really get just so much of that business by referral. Why? Because they take care of you. Call them now or go to the website, AmericanEnergyAir.com. That's AmericanEnergyAir.com. And you tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. For Jay, for Jason, for Katie, for Kenny, for Matt Barnes, Chris and Co. is next. Bye.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone